And we're live. Welcome back, everybody, to Nerdy Playbook. We're back after a week break from Echoes of Bahamut. We're in episode 5. Starting off with some combat. Last time you left off, you were able each individual of you were kind of crossing each other's paths in some way, somehow, whether or not you were doing it intentionally. A lot of you, minus one of you, decided to break into a witch's hut with the intention of you stuck in. Some of you, one of you specifically are trying to save another friend. The other two were trying to go in to specifically try to figure out what are happening with the abducted children. But you were all under attack by plenty of the minions of the witch. You never even met the witch, and you decided to book it out of there after Mixus decided to summon her companion, and you decided to run. After Mixus became friends with the stable horse, he let you know to get in the carriage. He knows how to move through the forest without it actually affecting him mentally. So you immediately you hopped in, you started taking off, and all of a sudden he warns you as you're all trying to relax, as I believe Finra finds the +1 crossbow inside the carriage. You find out that you're being chased by 2 gargoyles. So we are going to roll initiative. Unfortunately, we have one person who does not need to roll initiative because she is just doing her own thing. She is asleep. You guys do not know which way. I forgot what we decided to call the horse. I know we had Henry. We forgot. Henry isn't telling you which direction he's going. He's just like trying to move as fast as possible. So. And how long does speak with animals last? And is it concentration? Okay. It's a +1 crossbow, and it's heavy crossbow, because you'll have to look that up. Yep, you have it. You have it as a passive ability. All right. So anybody get a 20 or higher? 15 or higher. Okay. Let's see. We got 5 from Xander, and what is Mixus? Okay. All right. So you see them in the distance. They are. Wait. Why am I not capturing everybody's sound? What happened to? All right. Let me fix something because I don't know why, but Streamlabs decided to alter everything with this specific source. Didn't do anything to the other one, but just this one. So, probably. I don't know why it's specifically just doing this one because I even checked the other one and the other one's fine. I need audio output capture.
It's the one that usually is problematic.
All right, there we go.
On page 3, Curse of Technology.
Pretty much. Okay. I just want to make sure it's not grabbing the wrong. All right.
So we need to do
I hear music.
Hello?
All right. So,
Music?
okay, everything is working. All right,
Awesome.
so You do not see. Well, you all do see the gargoyles in the distance. Currently, they're not on the map because they're roughly about 100 feet angled up in the air. They're flying a little bit over the actual forest bend. And currently, since Henry is dashing, Henry is moving 120 feet per turn. This is saying because you are technically using mounted combat, that means Henry is moving 120 feet on his turn once you guys all finish. So it's not 120 feet every turn you guys have. The gargoyles themselves looks like they're keeping up with pace, but it also looks like they're actively trying to fly faster to keep up with Henry. Whether that means that they have to actively dash themselves or if they just have that kind of flying speed. But Henry does seem to be moving quite fast considering that he's actually carrying all of you.
He's a good horse.
But they are
he's
catching
very
up
smart.
since he is he has the force against him where they do not. He is constantly, I'll have to constantly roll checks for him to have him dodge against broken trees and obstacles in his way. As you do see in the distance that these gargoyles, they look like they're made out of a mixture of like steel and stone. Unlike gargoyles of like a cartoon where they actually turn into physical form. These are still a mobile stone steel object, but they're constantly casting these bolts of this kind of arcane energy and kind of chucking them in front of Henry to try to slow him down. He's not taking any damage, but in the process, he's slowing down, he's dodging, and sometimes you might have to make dexterity saving throws to try to hang on if you decide to fire off a bow or a crossbow or something like that. So, we're going to start off with Helga while she's chugging a drink frozen on the screen.
Ayo!
That's awesome.
Yay! Tis the season, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? When in doubt, right? So first of all, she's gonna realize that she's being climbed on. And she's just going to reach up and grab Mixus by the wrist and squeeze.
Oh.
Let me go. And then she's going to pick Mixus up and put her down. And then go to the front of the carriage to help protect Henry, because she doesn't have any ranged weapons, but if this horse gets taken out, we're all screwed. So,
Okay.
I don't know, like, if there's, like, I'm assuming there's, like, where, like, a normal person would sit to, like, steer the horse, right?
Okay, so
That's
I'll
outside,
explain how this is going to work. So if you want to actually get on the actual valet seating, you would have to open up the window here and climb through and sit here. You would actually have to be on the outside. You are technically on the inside right now. By all technicality, Henry is controlling himself. If you want to sit out there, you can. And if you can go onto the roof, technically you're all inside. By all intents and purposes, if you want to try to attack these creatures, you have to be either here, 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 or here, because right now you are in the safety of the actual carriage, but if you want to shoot, you gotta like aim outside of the windows.
Right.
The one in the front and the back are closed windows. There's no way to actually, other than this one, where you can slide and like try to like peek through, because it's a way of communication between the valet and the actual carriage riders. There's really no other way to like creep up. So those are the only ways you can actually like attack.
Yeah. So, like I said, she doesn't have any range. And since she currently has the speak with animals up, she's the go between Henry and them. So she's gonna go and open up the window and climb through to sit in the outside apartment.
Okay.
And then she's gonna leave the window open so that way she could talk to Henry and kind of like be the telephone between them. So like if he says to like, you know, hang on or hold on or whatever, like she's gonna try and be the middleman between.
Okay. Just FYI, Mixus can hear too, even though Mixus is inside, so both of you are the middleman. Yep.
I don't need to spell.
Because remember, when you're speaking to an animal, they're not actually talking a different language, you're just hearing them differently. So Mixus is also hearing this. But okay, so you sit up in the front. Anything else you want to do?
No, not right now.
All right, Finra.
I'm gonna turn to this other barbarian woman and just go point to Mixa. She saved your ass. Be kind to her. And then I'm gonna pop out the window and pew pew with my new crossbow.
Just make sure that you go here if you want to pop out the window. The reason why I got to know where you are is because if you're out there, you're only getting half cover, but if you're inside the actual carriage, you're getting full cover.
Got it.
So I just need to know where your cover is.
So I am hanging right on out.
Okay.
With my new crossbow. And that is a 12 to hit.
12 is a miss.
What a. And I'm gonna hop back on in since I don't have any rages left.
Okay.
And get back into cover.
Okay. Also, just so you know, rages do not help you with ranged weapons. Because ranged weapons are technically dexterity.
Good to know.
I think the specific crossbow you have is a strength, but it never applies to actually ranged weapons.
Okay.
Mixus.
I'm a 7.
Did I? Yeah. Yeah.
Are
We haven't.
already
The
to
gargoyles
the
haven't
bottom?
had a turn.
Yeah.
Well, right. We already had 2 people. It goes to you. Renora is sleeping, and then it goes to the gargoyles, then it goes to Xander.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
They rolled low too.
Okay. I'm going to go to. Ow! That hurt. I don't like you. You're not fun anymore. And
Good.
And I turn like red and be like, stick my tongue out at her. And then I'm gonna go. And I'm going over here. I'm gonna stay red and be like, I'm gonna stick my head out the window to see where they are, and I'm going to shoot my longbow at
Okay.
one of them. Hopefully I hit. Ooh, that's a hit. I think. 25?
Yeah, it's a hit.
8 damage.
Okay, so you're able to pull back the bow, and you do see like it like hits the creature, but like half of it doesn't like actually impale it, but you do see it like actually does create some kind of damage of just the impalement against its stone skin, but it doesn't actually go through the body.
Oh. I'm also gonna go, Marco! Really loud.
But it's essentially like if you decide to throw something very, very hard at a statue. You broke off a piece of its actual stone structure, but you didn't actually like damage its flesh.
Uh-huh. But I'm gonna yell really loud, Marco!
Okay.
To see if the dragon's nearby.
Okay. Nothing responds.
No. If you can hear me, please come help us. There's flying things that need to die.
Okay.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna duck back in.
Okay. All right. One of the gargoyles is going to dash up. So we'll put him right there. And he is going to do a concussive blast against Henry.
That's sweet, Henry.
Oh no, Henry!
But complete biffs it with only an 8.
Yay!
The other one is going to fly up. This is one that's already damaged due to the bow. I'll actually put a marking on it so you guys know it's damaged. And it's also going to make a concussive blast at Henry. And that's a hit with a 15.
Oh no.
You hear Henry just like, can someone deal with the gargoyles? I can't keep taking damage like this.
I'm trying.
We go down to Xander.
So we can only hit from the sides. They're out the back.
So no, there is no spot to stand in the back. You can go on the roof if you want to, but it require you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check to get out to the roof.
That's a lot of effort. Well, I can't really hit done so well. I guess I could stand. I do it from. I was trying if I can do Word of Radiance, and I can hit that. This is a 60-foot.
It's I don't know. Word of Radiance. Let's see.
So I had cantrip. Range is 5 feet. Never mind.
Okay, then no.
Boo. Then I will play my lute.
By the way, you might have to change your gain because anytime you go any decibel higher than normal, it does get scratchy.
I can turn it. I can turn it down.
Well, the volume is fine. The volume is perfect. Okay. It's the actual like treble to your actual mic is actually just like crazy high. Okay, so you're not gonna do Word of Radiance. What are you gonna do?
I'll play my lute, and I'll try to strike him with that. Since it's deals 1d8 lightning damage to a target within 60 feet.
Okay.
So I will play my lute aggressively. Try to hit him with light.
Out the window! You have to move out to the window. The side of the window.
I think I am at the window.
No, you gotta move here.
Right.
No.
Alright.
There.
Okay. There. Okay. We did. Alright. And 12. 13?
13's a hit.
Sweet. Right. 4. Alright, that is 5 damage.
Okay. And which one are you doing? The one that was already damaged, or the one that's not damaged?
The one that's already damaged.
Okay, got it. Anything else?
For a bonus action, I'm gonna do channel harness divine power. I'm gonna get back one of my spell slots.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that'll be good.
All right, top of the round to Helga.
Cool. Well, like I said, she's trying to keep Henry on track. So could she do like a perception check or something to see if there's any like anything that he would need to avoid? Like if she could see if there's any like down trees or.
Henry can only rely on his vision because he can see through the forest where you can't. So you would actually give him a disadvantage on his perception.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to do that.
He has the ability to be immune to the forest magic. You do not.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't want to. Like I said, don't want to mess up. Don't want to mess up the ride. Well, she's got a javelin, because, those are useful. So she's just gonna try and. If she moves over to the side of the, like closer to one of the wheels, can she toss a javelin at one of them, or does she have to go back through the carriage?
The only way you could technically toss a javelin is if you went on the roof. So take into account that if you think of a carriage, the roof is higher than the seats you're sitting on. So you're against the it's like legitimately the roof is about 5, 6, 7 feet above you. So like your head is like right at the roof level. So if you want to throw without having this advantage, you'd have to actually climb up on the roof to actually get full sight.
Okay.
Taking into account, you would also kind of have to have a stance to do it, even though standing up there would kind of, I wouldn't say it'd give you disadvantage, but it would give them a higher. Yeah, it'd be difficult.
It'd be very difficult. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, then she's just gonna hold her action if one of those gargoyles comes within range of her axe, like up towards Henry. She's gonna take a swing at him then.
Okay. All right. Finra.
Pew pew out the window.
Pew pew pew.
Window.
Maybe.
18's a hit. Yep.
Yay. For a mighty 2 damage.
The mighty blow. Okay.
Suffer.
And then I'm gonna pop back in.
Okay.
And end my turn.
Okay. It goes to Mixus.
I'm going to go to the other window again, and I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark him,
Okay.
the one that's hurt already,
Got it.
and I'm going to shoot them with my bow.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20 for 27.
Nice.
All right. Apply that double damage, including double Hunter's Mark damage.
Oh boy.
Woo.
Did he go twice? Yes, he did.
Yep, it did.
Yay!
So
I don't know
10, so 19 points of damage. So as you pull back on your bow and you immediately fire at this creature, as you decide to focus on only it, nothing else, you immediately shoot back as it immediately like spreads its wings to charging forward, and you just immediately fire at such velocity it just tears the stone apart as it just falls into pieces on the ground.
Henry, I got one! And then
And you just hear back, "Good job! Please get the other one!"
will do!
All right.
And then
Good job.
I move, the next one I'll move my Hunter's Mark, but I will duck back in, and yeah.
Okay. After your turn, you all start while anybody's like looking out, you start seeing someone on a horse start charging and fast paced behind you.
Oh. You know.
As you see that assumingly the witch that you just broke into her house, even though you technically didn't do anything, she's in pursuit.
I thought we took her horse. Oops. I should have checked to see if there was more horses and set them free. Oh well.
So
Oh,
the
well.
last gargoyle
Henry's the
is gonna
best
is gonna move up, and it's gonna cast a concussion blast at Henry. With a 19, Henry will take some damage. I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw because Henry's gonna start losing control a little bit.
You knew.
Oh, that'll be fun.
For the people who don't roll 20, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
19.
Okay, so all pretty good. You as the blast hits, he starts losing control as you start feeling the carriage tip. As all of you use your weight to try to move to the other side to drop back down, and he kind of goes back into consciousness and immediately kind of slows down a little bit as it gives him the chance to catch up just a little bit further, and he starts going at a fast pace even harder. He's like, you can, for Helga and Mixus, you can just hear him huffing and puffing as he's like sweating it at every bit to sprint as fast as he can, almost like he can sense that his old master is coming in further in a sense of fear.
Run.
Xander,
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Let's just keep hitting with the loot, cause lightning.
Cause lightning.
That's not great. 12.
And then what are you doing? You doing against the gargoyle?
No. Well, yeah. Let's do it against the gargoyle. Get it out
Okay,
of the way.
so it does hit.
Sweet. I was like, I could do it against the witch. That's new news. Let's get rid of the old news. That's 4.
Okay, so you do 4 damage to it. Okay, anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. Top of the round to Helga.
Cool. Well, she could hear that Henry's giving it his all, so she's just gonna kind of like lean forward and like give him a nice little like hearty pat, like, you know, you got this, you could do it. Do you know how much further to where we're going?
He's like huffing and puffing in there. I'm not quite sure. I've kind of lost track a little bit. We had to kind of veer past to try to dodge him. I feel like as you can kind of see some of the sunlight kind of peeking through, like through the woods. He's just like, it can't be much further. Maybe another 5 minutes.
You got this. We're counting on you, Henry. We'll do our part.
As you see, like his eyes like squinting, like he's like just running out of stamina, but he's pushing as hard as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from Helga?
Nope, she's just gonna keep holding her action just in case something comes up to him, so
Okay.
that way she can have it prepped to take a swing.
Finra.
I am gonna direct Mind Sliver at the witch.
She's also gonna call back to them saying, like, he thinks it's about another 5 minutes.
She needs to roll a saving of a 12 intelligence or higher.
Okay.
Jeez. What?
15.
Darn. Take. So I guess that does nothing to her. I sit back in frustration.
What was the spell?
Mind Sliver.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything. It's either a success or a fail. Yeah.
So, and I ready my crossbow for
Okay.
next time.
Mixus.
I'm going to look out the window and be like, oh, there's a witch there. Ah. And then be like, and then I'm going to bonus action move my hunter's mark because the other guy is dead. And it's going to go on this dude. And I'm going to shoot him
Okay.
with my bow.
24 is a hit.
24!
Yeah, 24 is a hit.
Yay! Let's do...
By the way, are you gonna, just because it's still earlier in the campaign, are you gonna use your bonus action to move your hunter's mark?
I did already. That's
did
what
you?
I just did.
Okay, I
Yeah.
did not hear that. Okay.
Oh. Well, that's what I did first.
Okay.
So. And
Okay,
you
so
get
13 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be like, and I'm looking to see if there's anything else I can do.
As you peek out, you do see this witch on horseback charging after you, and you see that she is like this pure crimson skin colored tiefling. Kind of, compared to whatever you imagine a witch is, she's mostly in rags. She does have some, maybe once upon a time, very elegant clothes, but they're mostly covered in like tattered cloak. And she
Okay.
just looks super pissed.
So, can I use my where it's? Oh, sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Let's do an advance.
My two-handed weapon thing, fighting to throw in a dagger.
Okay, so you
No, because I used my bow. Never
use
mind.
your bow,
Never
which
mind.
is required in both hands. So
Yeah.
no.
Never mind. Never mind. Okay, then that's my turn.
Okie
And
dokie.
be like, and the last thing we're gonna do is go, Henry, we'll make sure you get lots of apples when we get there, okay? And
At this point, we're gonna go to the witch's turn. She's going to immediately. You're gonna see one hand just start crackling some energy as she immediately fires off an eldritch blast at the carriage, trying to break the carriage apart while it's being pulled. We are now going to give the carriage a health bar. The carriage has 50 points of health.
Oh, fun.
That's terrifying.
It is wood, so she can break it, but it will take some time since it is a pretty sturdy carriage. So she's going to roll to attack. Since the carriage is pretty large, she does get advantage. Each one is technically a 14, which is a hit. So she's going to do 2 blasts. So you're going to see 2 blasts come at you, and it's going to do a total of 4 damage against the carriage itself. So we're at 46.
Oh no.
And then she's going to move in here, and she's going to start to attempt to actually climb onto the carriage. But that will be at the beginning of her next turn. She'll be on the carriage. The gargoyle is going to land on the carriage, and it's going to start attacking it by starting to slash the roof of the carriage, which would be an auto hit since he's on it. So he's going to actually do a claw attack for 5 points of damage. And that's the end of his turn. We go to Xander. So
right.
now you have a problem. She is in your blind spot, and he's on the roof, and you can't really see him without actually climbing on the roof or going up to where Helga is.
I'll climb.
You're gonna climb on the roof. All right, give me either athletics or acrobatics check to try to climb up there without falling off the carriage while it's in mobility.
Do. It's acrobatics.
Okay.
No, not that roll. 9.
Okay, so you immediately try
boy.
to grab like the lip of the roof of the carriage. You try to pull yourself up, and at that point, like Henry takes the carriage and actually runs over some branches. And it's just enough where you try to bend yourself, but you fall. But you're still grabbing it, but you're like hanging on to like the lip of it, and you're holding on with whatever you can. And right now, that will kill your action because you're using both hands while the carriage is moving 120 feet, 20 feet per turn. So you're going quite fast. So you're just using your strength to hang on. So we're going to actually end your turn there because you actually have to use your turn to hang on. Top of the round to Helga.
Cool. Does she see Xander hanging on for his life at the side of the carriage?
Whether you see it or not, you do hear it. He is on the side, so it would be kind of in your blind spot, but you could actively like move over here and kind of like reach over, like you're looking through like a train window and looking on the side, and you can see him.
Can I reach him or no?
Not from there, no. You would have to get onto the roof to pull him up, or you have to go inside to pull him back in.
Fucking Xander. Well, she has to go get him because again, her job is to keep him. So, she's going to also try.
I mean, you heard a giant gargoyle hit the.
I mean, you do see the gargoyle on the roof.
Yeah.
So.
Do I have an idea of which would be faster? Would be between going through and going above? Or would it just be?
It'd be roughly the same. You would just. I mean, you could take it two different ways. You'd probably the same movement speed to get inside and pull him back in, but you did actively try to get on the roof, so it would require you, not much more effort to move the same amount of speed, go on the roof, and pull him up. The only thing you have to deal with is the gargoyle.
Is the gargoyle. Yep.
So it's whether or not you just want to erase his last turn, just pull him back in, or if you want to get up there and complete his turn, but then deal with the gargoyle with him.
Kill the gargoyle.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go up above.
Okay, you don't have to make a check because you can use the seats to actually just use this as a step to get on the roof.
Okay.
And you are on top. Just take into account that technically these two are underneath you, so you can technically move.
Yeah,
over
I was
them
gonna
if you
say
need
I
to.
don't know where I should put my token.
Well, you put your so you can move either your token here or here to pick him up.
We'll just make a nice little cross. Why not?
All right, give me a strength check to pull him. To use your own personal strength to actually pull him off the actual side of the carriage.
17.
Okay, so you just grab him by his hands and just immediately like rip him off the actual carriage and just throw him right on top. As of right now, you don't have to move your spot, Xander, but now you are actually standing on the carriage.
Huzzah! Thank you. Thank
That
you.
would have been your action to pull him up. So unless you got
That's
a bonus action or anything like that to do anything, you
She's
have to
gonna
grab him.
rage.
You're gonna rage? All right, so you are raging. All right. Finra.
I'm gonna use athletics to get to the top of the carriage.
Okay.
It's a party up here now.
Natural one.
No, you
So
didn't.
immediately.
Oh
It is
no.
not a party up
So
here.
what side did you go out? Did you go out the side that Xander went out, or did you go out the other side?
I was going out this window.
Okay. So I'll say as you're trying to climb out, like because you have to slide out the window, And as soon as you like start trying to get out, immediately like some of the carriage moves and you didn't time it correctly, and immediately the carriage like slams into like a tree. As you immediately just get like your hand kind of like slammed against a tree, as like almost like you slammed your hand between a door,
Oh,
and you immediately pulled yourself back in. You will take 1d4 of damage.
Oh, that's
Oh.
just hurt.
So you
So
just take 1 point of damage, but you did not. You had to skip your action because you did not climb out of the carriage. But if you want
Okay,
to
so
do your
she's
still in the carriage.
in the carriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like holding my hand now.
Oh.
It's basically a stub your toe kind of moment. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so if you have a
Timing is
bonus
hard.
action or a movement that you want to do, you can.
Nope. That was my movement, and I fudged that up. So
Fair enough. Mixus.
Well, I guess it's a party. I'm gonna go over to the other side and
It's a roof party.
and try to get up on the roof.
Before you do that, just roll me a d20.
Oh, okay. 13.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna try to get up on the roof. You can give me.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, you can give me an acrobatics because since you're 10. Okay. So as you try to pull yourself up, you are able to do so since you have the advantage of being lighter weight, so you had a lower DC with acrobatics. As you do get on the roof, but you have to like rebalance yourself real quick as like you're not used to this kind of thing, like trying to stay perfectly still on something that's moving so fast. Usually be riding like on its back.
Okay.
But you're on top with the other two.
Okay. Would I technically get disadvantage for my bow?
No, you're
Seeing he's so close?
you're as long as you're not in melee range, you can roll.
Okay.
Fine. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to hit him. Maybe not with a
14 does hit.
14.
Yep, 14 does
Oh,
hit. He has a 12 VC.
Okay, wait. And I gotta do my hunter's mark.
15 points.
So
So once again,
Yeah.
you pull back the bow. Maybe it's because you're closer, but you immediately fire at it as it immediately like starts raging its claw out, and you immediately just shoot it back and you just like rip like shoulder to shoulder as it just kind of explodes all over the other people that are standing there as he falls apart.
I win! I killed them! Be like, Henry, they're gone, but the witch is here!
Okay, that's great. Please take other wish, please. As he keeps going.
I'm sure that's very reassuring to Henry there. Just
All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna sit cross-legged on the roof so I don't fall off.
Okay. All right. So we are going to go over to the witch's turn. She's going to get off her horse and she's going to climb up. As she's going to immediately look at all of you. Who the hell are all of you to steal my carriage from me? As she immediately just summons two blades in her hands, and she's going to actually have like these two summoned scimitars. And she's going to actually attack. She's going to go for the one that she thinks is actually going to do the physical most damage. So she's going to go for Helga first.
cool. Is she on the roof?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, can I bonus action? Sorry.
Yeah, you can hunt
Or
the
do I
marker.
have to do that? Okay. Seeing that the other guy died. Thank you.
All right, so main hand is a miss with a 10.
Yep.
Offhand is a 21.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So she immediately swings with the right hand as you're able to pull back, and then she uppercuts with the left hand, so it does get you. As you see these, like, arcane swords swiping. You take 8 points of force damage as she does slash up against you. As you don't see that you have any wounds, but you do feel like something did actually impact you. She
Fun.
is going to enter turn there. We are switching over then to Xander.
So she's in the carriage now?
She's on top of the carriage.
Still on
She's
top.
on the roof with us.
She's
The
on
only,
top
the only
with
person
us.
in the carriage now is just Finra
Okay.
With a broken hand.
with the broken hand.
Yep.
So, I will put my hand on Finra's shoulder and I go, Finra, we're not much for climbers. But
Wait,
you,
you're on top of the roof.
Yeah, you're on,
No.
you're on the roof.
I'm
No,
inside.
No, you're on top.
No,
No,
you're
you're on
in-
top.
Helga pulled me
knocked you
up.
out.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I was like, last
Okay,
time
okay,
he was
hang
dangling
on,
off
hang
the
on.
side. How'd he magically get inside?
Right.
Hang on. We're gonna pause for a second. Can you change the gain level on your mic? Like half of it I can't hear because it all turns into straight
How's
static.
that?
That was
How's that?
All static.
yeah.
I can't do anything. I think it's the internet.
Okay. All right.
It's like it's all the way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll
All
just
right.
roll with it.
You might just have to pull yourself back from it a little bit, then, so you're not so close to the
Sure.
mic. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you are so to specify, the only person inside the carriage is Finra. You are on
Okay.
top of the carriage because Helga pulled you up.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
over.
I will. Yeah. Well, in that case,
You could
then
go back
I will.
in the carriage, but I don't know why.
No, well, I thought
We got this.
I thought I got pulled in, not up. So okay. I will hit with my light hammer.
Okay. So you're gonna move up to hit with the light hammer.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move.
That is a 15.
15's a hit.
Okay. That's 6 damage,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay. We go to the top of the round to Helga.
Cool. Well, now she's upset. Now she's even more upset. So she's going to go take a swing with her axe and see if this see what happens.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 plus 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is the first time I'm using my axe. So if it says 1d8 plus 3 or 1d10 plus 3, is that 1d10 is the two-handed?
1d10 is two-handed. 1d8 is one-handed.
Cool. Well, she was using two hands because that's what Helga does.
I was gonna say
So-
because you don't have a shield, so there's no reason for you to just one hand. Yeah.
Right. So that's 2d10 plus 6 then.
Yep.
Cool. 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Okay.
And then, you know what? Just because I didn't get to do it last time and I'm kind of still in the ouchie stages, her bonus action in the ouchie stages, yeah, it's a little bit of the ouchies. Because I screwed myself over by not doing it last time. So her bonus action, she's gonna shift. So, in kind of like old school horror type, her fingernails are going to extend into longer claws. Her shoulders are going to become more hunched forward. The mohawk on her head extends all the way down to like the middle of her back, and her face extends out into a dog-like snout with very sharp, very thick teeth. And she's going to bonus action bite the witch. Or actually, no, bonus action was the shift, so never mind. Next action, she's going to bonus action bite.
Okay.
So now she's just standing there in this like I said, like hunched forward, the like mohawks extended on the front of her face. She's got like this old like wound that looks like it extends down on her forehead from the mohawk that hasn't healed properly. And she's also just glaring at Mixus like, don't you think about it, because she's like
Okay.
But yeah, so that's her bonus action, and I get 5 temporary hit points.
Okay,
So-
got it. Okay. Mixus.
Mixus is just like, oh
Puppy!
my god, that's so cool! Oh my god, so cool!
Puppy!
You're a cool human! Ah! Oh, wait, calm. You need to do stuff. Oh, yeah, you missed her turn.
Oh, did I? Oh, I did.
Yes.
Finra.
Sorry.
It was to the top of the carriage, please.
Okay. Are you gonna take the same door? Or are you gonna take the other door?
I'm gonna take the other door.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna go through there. Okay. So if you want to go through the front, you don't have to make a check. You can climb through the window, and you are fine because you're not going over thin air. You are just going on essentially a couch. And it would take your whole movement to get through there and then get onto the roof to essentially appear either here or here.
I guess the only one who didn't see her shift would be Fierna, so she's just gonna show up.
I'm just
and it's gonna be this demon doggo.
Okay.
But I mean, you don't look too different. Like your structure is still the same. Your clothes don't change. You just have some facial structures and body, like pose, kind of change. You're a little more hunchback kind of style. Yeah.
Well, that
What makes this is like excitedly going like this, so.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to, because I can't get up to her, take the crossbow and shoot her.
Okay.
Maybe. Oops.
Get her.
18.
18's a hit.
Hey, for 8 damage.
Okay, 8 damage.
And then I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. So, Mixus, you're getting all excited.
And then I was like, no, need to calm myself. Coming back behind her, and I'm just gonna take my actual my sickle and my dagger, and I'm gonna totally just go against her knees, because I'm sure that's where I sit probably. Because
you're up to like the back of her knees. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do this one first. 17.
17's a hit.
Okay, Hunter's mark. To the back of her knees.
Okay, so 9 points of damage.
Then,
got it.
And then dagger.
16's a hit.
16?
Yep.
Okay, Hunter's mark. Okay.
How would you like to do this?
I'm just gonna slash her and so that she stumbles and falls off the actual carriage. Because we're going fast.
Okay, so as you do just slash at her, she just all of a sudden, like, you bust through her like your kneecaps, so she just all of a sudden loses all movement. She starts falling back as, like, just until she just disappears out of
because we're
sight.
going fast.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay! We did it! Henry, she's gone!
Are you sure?
Remember that time?
Yeah, I cut the back of her knees, so she can't really walk.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we're almost there. Good job. Yeah, you.
Okay. Yay!
Yay,
Pat
you.
makes us on the head. Good job, small one.
Okay, now can I touch you? Furry
Be careful when you touch her. She's a little ragey right now.
But you're so cool! You're a
Yeah.
human that's
Look-
cool! Okay,
Touch her with your eyes.
Yeah, Helga's just gonna growl and just like bare her teeth. Like, you want to keep those fingers? I.
look at you, you're so
I'm gonna
cute!
stand behind
You're
Mixus
so
and
cute.
glare at Helga and just
You're so
dare
cute!
her to harm my tiny friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Bite.
stare back and say, "Your
Beautiful.
tiny friend touches me. She's losing a finger."
All
You
right,
lose
so
a finger, you lose an arm.
as you guys are doing all this and you're having your conversations,
Renora.
no,
I'm sleepwalking.
Oh, so she's walking this horse home.
Smack right into a horse.
see.
Smack!
Yeah, let me flip better.
You run me over. Oh god.
It's not
Right?
Full sack of treasure.
I'm just picturing you like you smack the smack her and she has her bag and all of a sudden stuff goes poof
Yeah.
everywhere.
Sprawl everywhere.
Ah shit, that was my stuff.
You're ruining my stolen vintage goods. Come on now.
Honestly. Do you know this is design name brand?
So as you start coming out, you actually come out through this specific section.
Oh,
As you're chatting, you just notice that light is starting to peer through more and more by second into the forest until you finally come through. As the two of you do hear Henry just say, "I think we're there," as immediately just kind of pushes through some like weeds and bushes and immediately just like doesn't even stop, as eventually about 30 feet past the forest, he eventually starts like slowing down until you guys come to a full stop. He's like, "Okay, we're out. I need I need a break." And he just kind of like drops his head down. He just starts like closing his eyes.
We need to get you some water and some apples.
That would be great, please. Yeah, I can't really move much more. I'm really tired. He's like, can someone please just unhook me so I can lay down a little bit? I'm tired.
Yeah. And I unhook him.
Okay, and it's like as soon as you unhook him, he just kind of like just drop, like how a horse would drop, where they just kind of like legs just kind of fold down and they just kind of just kind of flap to the ground. He's just like, I'll just, if you're okay, I'm just gonna hang here for right now. It'd be great if you could bring me some water, some apples, some carrots would be fantastic. But I'm just gonna stay here. I'll watch the cart.
Okay. Anybody? Water? Please?
So where you are right now is like not a, it's farming area. Yeah, it's like farming area, but there's like no actual like people there right now. And since it's more, it's like a wheat field essentially, but there's like no one in the city.
I was yelling at the rest of our people.
Okay.
Like, water?
I've got a water skin. I'm gonna kind of pour it into my hand.
Did the witch leave behind anything?
Oh, you have no idea because she fell back as you guys were going away.
Running.
I figured. Yep.
I threw her off the carriage.
Yeah, you sure did. That's okay.
Well, I didn't throw her. She kind of stumbled and fell.
Now, you are more than welcome to investigate the rest of the carriage, since you only had enough time to see the obvious, which is the giant crossbow that was melted inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also, to describe this crossbow to you, since it is her crossbow, it is actually like a black steel crossbow. It has like actually a steel pullback like wrench style kind of reloading mechanism, and it actually does have like a copper calligraphy style to it on the side of it. The trigger itself is meant to be very lightweight. You assume that maybe this was, if it was hers, she rarely used it just because it's A, very pristine, and B, she looked like a witch that focused more on spellcasting and less on physical fitness. So the ability for her to carry this and use it efficiently would have been difficult, since it is a heavy crossbow, and heavy crossbow is kind of a weight of a greatsword. So take into account also to pull back the reloading mechanism, it requires you to at least have like a 12 in strength just to do it.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
So
Yeah.
And she has a dump stat of strength, so she wouldn't have been able to use it efficiently. She might have been able to fire off once, but then she might have maybe she had an assistant that reloaded it for her. But that would be it.
Okay, I'm liking my new weapon. I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay.
I'll explore the inside then.
All right, give me an investigation check on the carriage, Mixus.
Yeah.
Is there any apple trees or anything nearby that has food that I can?
Since it's an open area, you can find some trees. There's no apples on them, but I mean, you can find fresh greens that maybe you can try to feed. But there's no apples in the vicinity.
Okay. I'm gonna gather as much as I possibly can and be like, I couldn't find any apples or carrots, but I found greens.
We have wheat. We have lots of wheat.
I found greens.
He's just kind of he closes his eyes. He's just starts chewing on it while he has his eyes closed. Whatever I can get. It's great. It's not super dry, so at least it gives a little bit of moisture. That's something until you get me some water. I mean, anything works at this point. But still, though, if you wouldn't mind finding me some apples, I love apples, but I'll take what I can get.
Okay. How far is the bridge from where we came out?
Not far, probably about a good 500 feet. So it'd take you about
Can I
minute to get there, unless you want to sprint.
Can I just can I dash over the bridge and go to these little houses?
Sure. Okay, we'll get back to you because it's gonna take you a minute. Anybody else here other than Xander and Mixus?
I'd like to try and assess the damage of the cart and the carriage to see, like, if what repairs might be needed if we were going to keep using it. Like, how...
All right, investigation check. Finra?
What brought you guys to the witch's hunt?
I just point to
Why were you
Xander.
out there?
I just point to Xander.
Okay.
I got a 12, DM. by the
Okay,
way.
so before we answer that, 12 for the investigation check. You find, like, underneath the seat that you were sitting on inside the carriage, there's actually, like, an unlocking mechanism, and you find yourself, like, almost kind of like a weapons chest, but more or less for arcane implements, hidden underneath. It looks like maybe it's illegal to have this kind of stuff, or at least have it all together, so it was hidden under here. You find a total of 3 things, even though you don't understand how they work. One is specifically, it looks like a... I mean, it looks like a tackle box, but it's clear on top, and you can see assorted of implements. They kind of looks like a witch's version of like a mad scientist torture devices, but like small handheld kind of ones, like different kind of needles and pliers and stuff like that. But they all have the same colors if they're made by the same person. Another one is a specific, not like large like a Grimorum, but a medium-sized spell book. It's actually inside of a case, and the case itself is locked, but the spell book itself is like a magenta colored, and the pages themselves look black. The book itself is not locked, but it's inside a case, it's locked. The last thing you see is what looks like a wand of some kind. The wand itself has the exact same color as the book. It is a magenta with some black lettering on it. Do you speak Infernal or understand Infernal?
Nope.
Okay, so you do
I
not
got
understand the
mulligan.
language to it. It does seem like a short sentence, but if you try to touch it, you immediately get shocked.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't let you touch it. But you can touch the book since it's inside a case, and you can touch the tackle box since all the implements are inside of it. To describe the implements, it kind of looks like if someone kept tools and they pass them down from generation to generation. This is what they kind of look like, where they look very antique-y, but they're still clean.
Sure. I will like grab some cloth and wrap the wand up so I can grab it.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. That works.
Do we see this or no?
It's completely up to Xander if he is hiding this or not.
Nope.
Okay, so you do see this, especially since you were asking them about what they were doing here, and you do see that Xander did wrap up a small, about, 1 foot in length wand. You see him grab a cased up book and a cased up box of different implements.
Can I see what the book said? Because I know Infernal.
The book isn't
sure.
what says
You're not-
Infernal. It's a staff. It's the one is Infernal.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I say now it's kind of shocking. So grab it I got the cloth in my hand, so just kind of grab it that way. So
Okay.
I can hold on to it.
All right, so you grab it. You do look at it. It says Fires of the Fifth Hell.
Oh, spicy.
Fires of the Fifth Hell. Good luck.
All right. Well, being the holy man that I am.
Mr. Magnificent.
Just the ring.
and then Helga, what'd you get on your check?
A spooky 20
Okay.
on damage repairs.
The carriage is not overly damaged. There wasn't too much work done to it. It didn't take too much done, but if you decide to take it anywhere in the woods or anywhere where it could possibly be under attack again, you'd probably want to repair it first. As far as maybe just using it as a faster route to get around town, perfectly fine.
Okay.
But there's a little damage to the wheels, some of the mounting straps, and some of the actual hooking arms to Henry are kind of warped, so there's a possibility that if you were in a chase again, he could accidentally disconnect himself from the actual whole rig itself. So
Okay.
if you want to use it simply and casually, you're fine. If you want to worry about taking it up on some kind of great adventure or taking out somewhere where you know you're going to fight against somebody, you might want to get it repaired.
Should probably get it repaired just in case. 'Cause,
By all
we
intents
don't
and
know what we're going
purposes, the owner's dead. You do have yourself a carriage and a horse, so congratulations.
Level 3, guys, we got this. Someone's got a bag of holding, and we got a horse and carriage. Let's go.
As far as Mixis, you finally run across the bridge. You make it to a small little village. It's one of the villages that's so small it's actually not put on the map fully. But it is kind of like it's just like this little farming town.
Right.
And you do
but
find
I would have been there before, right?
you would have been there before, and you know there's just like a little like farmer's market kind of like hut there that sells like fruit and carrots and different kind of produce that they do eventually get when it's ripe out of their farm in their fields.
Goody. And they're surrounded by these like these like
Rose trees, cherry
right?
blossoms, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna change myself into my spring form, where
Okay.
I pretty much like I flutter with little cherry blossom thingies around me, and so I look like that because I remember from being in here before. There, people will think I'm like a little like tree nymph, even though I'm not, but they'll think it is. And then I'm just gonna see if I can go get some fruit
Okay.
and carrots.
Okay. As you get to the small, like three hut kind of like little station, you see like a younger, kind of like a half orc, very very gentle face, female, just kind of reach over. Oh, hello, little one. Is there something that I can grab for you?
And I'm just gonna like start performing like a little like where I'm just like that I don't talk and just be like, and look and point at the fruit.
Oh, do you speak common? And then he actually, I'm sorry, she starts speaking Elvish, but it is very modern Elvish. And
I make my ears just twitch back and forth, be like,
and then it's like, yeah, and then she's just like, I'm not quite sure what you are. And then she tries like halfling and then gnome to try to speak to you. Oh, you want an apple? Oh, okay. That would be a copper for an apple. Do you have any money? Well, I mean, I can't just give you the apples.
I dig into my my little pouch and pull out like a little rock,
Oh,
a shiny rock, like a sea glass.
give me a persuasion check, just trying to be like adorable to see if you can actually like convince this person to be like, oh my god, you're so cute. Here, have an apple.
Persuasion for adorableness.
Oh my god, I got a natural 20.
Okay, with the flickering of the eyes and the tilting of the head and the curling of the ears, you just make this half orc just kind of melts like, well, I don't know where your family is, but here, and then she like pulls this little basket out, and little wicker basket, and she kind of like puts out a couple apples and she scatters a few things in there, some greens and scatter different fields. Like, you be well, little one. I hope you understand this, but if you need anything else, just please come back, okay? Okay, all right, be safe. All right, bye.
I just dash back to Henry.
I'm assuming you're like hopping and skipping on your way there. Very, very Disney princess kind of style.
Oh God.
Or like with the little like Fantasia with the little like nymphs walking.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yes.
Oh, that happened.
Got real magical.
There you go. There's your next like that, and then her Helga turning into a creature, and all I want to do is go. Oh, I want to pet you.
So as you're making your way back, the rest of the group, Finra did ask a question of how, what you all were doing there,
Yes.
kind of a thing.
Back to that.
Helga has
Ah.
since shifted back to her normal form. She just wanted to make sure that she got her point across of like, all right, time to get serious about this.
So
I was sent to keep him alive
yeah,
because he wanted to
Did
go
great
explore.
Yeah, great job.
Something about some missing kids, and he wants to be, do things for the just because he wants to be good. I don't believe him, but whatever. I needed something to do, so.
yeah, that's what she said. So she's not much of a guy,
Just-
but yeah, what can you?
Randomly saw kids were missing and thought you'd help.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Why not? I was a lost, in my adventures and travels, and to find your ways hard in the world, and trying to for these kids to be lost or not buried. They're not dead yet. We don't know. But for them to possibly be in the Switch's house, we tried to get in there and tried to find out. But as you saw, we
He fell
kinda
down
got
the
overwhelmed.
stairs.
I heard
Yes.
that. You made quite a commotion, so I
He
I
literally-
do
I tend to
thank
do
you for
that.
that.
He
I
quite.
tend to do that.
He literally said, "I cannot see in the dark," and then proceeded to go in front of me, and then fell down the stairs. So
Yep.
here we are.
And then we got ambushed. So there was that.
While this
I see why
conversation's
you need a guide.
While this conversation's going on, all of you see like a giant shadow way up in the sky that just kind of like falls over you. So you hear people around you. Some people like get on their knees and praying. Some people look into the sky in awe. Some of the sky are freaking out as you see this emerald dragon flying up over the forest. The dragon itself looks like it's looking for something. As it's flying over the forest, it's kind of making a couple laps. You kind of hear some roars as it kind of like dives in and flies up, dives in and flies up. But you can continue your conversation. Because anybody here speak Draconic?
No.
In Draconic, that's what I say. Marco!
Okay. So while this conversation's going on, you just see Mixus running back with like this basket of stuff, like screaming some kind of happy word in like Draconic, but you don't understand it. As she's looking up at the dragon just kind of looks down, and then like we're gonna pause on it real quick because I want to try to make this work. So we're gonna go to Renora. You wake up in the
Yay!
morning.
The Adventures of Renora!
Oh, what a weird dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had the craziest dream of like a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, man.
Like,
It was like a vision almost.
This area is freaking weird.
it's destiny. I'm supposed to find these people.
People.
Okay.
Anything
Welcome,
you want to do?
Renora.
You're still in the. I believe you're still in the Western Villages.
Yes, I'm in the Western Villages.
You get up pretty early in
yes,
the
go
morning. Compared to when you got there, the town is going through its usual. Like if you were in a historic town district, like some of the businesses are open to more of like the day activities. Some of that you do see like a certain spot where there were the local like artisans that are weaving blankets. Some of them are painting murals, and they're kind of taking up like the beachfront while the tavern on the beach is actually closed. You see another spot of people that are like, it looks like someone got a little too rowdy after you went to sleep, and they actually like messed up the one tavern that was still open. So some people are like cleaning that up. You do see that the temple itself is now open to people to walk in if you want to. But at this point, when you are like looking around, you do see like everybody, like a lot of people there just like get on their knees and bow into this creature in the sky as you just start seeing this large dragon like roar starting to communicate to something in the woods as it flies back and forth, until eventually you just see it go towards the southern village, just like dives in front and starts talking to like this little creature in the distance.
What? Okay. Okay. I just had to double check that I couldn't speak Draconic.
Like you do see some people see like, what the hell? Did that dragon just land? That is the Emerald Dragon, right? It's like, yeah. Has anybody seen it before? No. Is that talking to a little halfling? It looks like it.
Wait, can we see from the western? Like, how far away is?
The western
'Cause they're
village
down
is,
here.
The western village is a distance away, but there is nothing obstructing your view.
Oh,
here.
okay. So it's just
We're
like
right
really
here.
far away.
Yeah. And the
Like-
dragon is quite large, and from
Yeah,
the perspective,
okay.
you can see the dragon is like landing in front of a smaller creature. From the dimensions, it does look like it's a
Like-
halfling or a gnome.
Little
Okay.
pea size.
Just a speck.
Get the
Like, what are they
binoculars.
doing? Like-
this little speck is jumping up and down like in
right.
Get
You
Mike's
just see
opera
like
glasses.
it's like a flea circus. Binoculars don't exist, do they?
Wow.
Like trying to
it's
go-
not
Well, so there
Okay.
are magnifying implements,
I don't have any.
but you
so
don't have any.
dang.
No.
Bleh. Do you guys see that? I'm just gonna say that to anybody by me.
Okay,
Do you? Does everybody see? Everybody sees this, right?
You do
You guys-
see like this guy dressed up in like fur, and he looks like he's a huntsman of some kind. As he looks, and he immediately is like, "Yeah, that's there." He looks, "All right, boys, looks like we got a kill to get." As they immediately grab some maces and they start walking their way over there.
We're gonna kill it? Why are you gonna kill it? Like, I'm just intrigued now, so I'm like walking, like, what?
It's like you're
Is
more
it
than
going
welcome, you're more than welcome to join us. You know, the more the merrier. It is a ancient dragon. It's gonna be a little bit hard, but how often do you get a chance to see one just land in front of you, completely defenseless? Think of the amount of gold we can make of it, and we could
Fuck yeah, let's
have
go.
food for
Okay,
days.
I'm part of it.
All right. So they start like getting like this hunting party, and you got like a total of 12 people with yourself included. You got all these guys. You're like the only one who's kind of like the oddball. There's like a couple other people that are maybe like some of the people in taverns that like, oh, I want to get a piece of this. So they start separating it like, you know, by percentages of like, all right, like I just want to get myself a horn. You guys got the rest, kind of like that. And people start claiming different pieces. But most of them are wearing
I'm gonna
like
claim
this.
a wing.
Okay. Most of them are dressed up in a very similar fashion to Helga, where they are wearing oranges and they have a more tan kind of complexion to their skin.
Okay.
But they are kind of different races. Some of them are elves. Some of them are. There's like a Goliath in there. That's the one that's actually leading like the hunting party. And he's like wielding like this great mace in his hand. Like this thing, you probably wouldn't be able to carry it with two hands, and he's like wielding it with one hand. Tattooed
Oh,
up all the
Jesus.
way. As they start walking, they're not like running, but they're moving at a quickened pace.
Fast walk.
Fast walk. Power walking. You know, gotta
Yeah,
get
power
that.
walk.
For the purpose.
We're power walking our way
Gotta
up.
get those calisthenic moves in. You know, and so
Exactly.
you know,
High knees, high knees.
Saturday mall.
this is how the Goliath keeps his six
I got
pack.
5 pound weight.
He's like deadlifting his heavy mace while he's doing his power walking kind of thing like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'm like, as we're walking up, I'm just gonna make small talk with people that are by me. So like, is this your first time killing a dragon?
And you get one guy. It's like, no, like I've been trying to find a dragon forever, and you know, an ancient dragon. Oh my god, this is gonna stack me up pretty high in the actual the eyes of the council. This is gonna be looking pretty good. The other one's just kind of like, yeah, good luck. I mean, if we don't get a piece of it, it's just gonna be nothing then. I mean, if anything, you'll make yourself some money, but the credit won't get you anything. It's like, son of a bitch, I never get what I need.
Humans are good when they're barbecued and crunchy.
Wow. That's
No,
a
I'm just
statement.
thinking that's what the dragon's gonna think.
Oh.
As they start moving at a quicker pace, we're gonna actually switch it back over to the other group. So Mixus, we're gonna go back a few minutes. As you hear in Draconic, as it's like quiet, he's like flapping his wings down. He's just like gliding slowly to the ground. And he's like starting to stretch out like his legs so he can land. And you just hear him roar out in Draconic, Polo! As he just lands his feet in front of you, and he kind of like lands like his torso over you, and then he kind of like wraps his long snake neck around you, so like his torso's above you, but he's kind of like wrapped his head like underneath his
did
body
he
to look at you.
actually like surround all of us then? Because
Essentially, yes. Like he's like his wings are partially over the carriage. He hasn't even truly noticed like everybody else yet. He has to take it in. He just assumes random civilians, but he's just like, so hi, how's it going?
we killed a witch. And we killed. Oh, these people were with me too. They killed a witch. We all killed a witch, and we killed some Goliaths. And this is Henry. Henry's really nice. And here, Henry, and I gave him the apples while I'm talking to the dragon.
Wait, you're friends with a dragon?
Yeah.
What other animals do you talk to? Is this like a thing for you?
Yes. And then I'd be like, so how you got my message? You got my message?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I heard you calling, but I was miles away.
That's okay. I didn't think I would have been. With these people's help, we were able to kill them. I was afraid we weren't going to be able to get out of the forest. We got out of the dark in the corrupted area where the lady was corrupting and stealing the children, and we found her house. And I met this horse, and I was helped the horse, and the horse helped us. And these are well, I don't know if those two are friends yet, but she's my friend.
Oh.
So yeah.
As you see, like the wing kind of just flap. Oh, hello, friend. And hello, Henry. But you defeated the witch, and he like reaches down like the claw that like stretches out his wing. He kind of puts it up for like a high five.
Yeah, high five, yeah. And I jump up and high five it. Yeah.
It's like, good job.
I'm
Good, go
really
you.
not surprised at your friends anymore. I just
You know her? Like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
So none of you, unless any of you speak Draconic, you actually don't understand the dragon.
Oh, word.
But she's.
I'm gonna get. Oh shoot! I have to translate what we're saying. Okay, just 1 second. So I just told him that you guys were with us, and that we defeated the witch, and that we killed the little like gargoyle things, and then this is Henry, and he helped us because we found him at the woods, the witch's house in the woods, and that I said I didn't know if you guys were friends yet because we just met you and you didn't let me pet your ears, and then you hurt my wrist, and
I did.
and then she's my friend. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, do any of you speak dragon?
No.
No.
Helga's just reeling from like the amount of like words per minute.
A bit, yeah, a bit.
I'm gonna put again my hand on top of Meeks' head.
And
I'm glad you have so many good friends.
Helga's just gonna go start petting Henry because she's just reeling.
Henry's just like shoving like his mouth, like he's just like shoving his face into like the basket and just like grabbing all the apples and the greens and the carrots that are in there. This is quite a horror. I love it.
How about we ask a question? Does he, your dragon friend, you seem like real buddy?
Yeah.
Does he know anything about the children, the missing children, or the witch's house?
I can ask. Hey, Greenie.
He's like, don't worry, I can understand them fine. They just,
Oh.
some people just don't
sorry.
Like to speak Draconic.
didn't know
It's
that.
weird. Yeah, But
I don't know if they. I don't think they know how.
I mean, you got plenty
Humans
of time.
are weird, aren't they?
They are very
Yeah,
weird.
humans are
Yes,
weird.
they're very weird.
But so
This one's a puppy.
So you heard? Yeah, that one turns into a puppy.
Turns into a puppy. Now I want to see that.
Well, like
And he tries to see. It's like he tries to speak English and like comment as much as possible. It's like, hey, you, puppy now, puppy. And he speaks Draconic to Meeksis. Like, am I saying it wrong? She's not doing it.
Let me try. Can you turn into your thingy again? The dragon wants to see it.
If I can take a nap first, because I only get to do it once per short rest.
Like the dragon actually like creeps up a little bit closer to you and like stretches out its neck so it's like within like inches of you to like watch it happen.
I was to say, unless for flavor standpoint, I can, but I only get it
Like-
once per short rest.
Like you hear in Draconic, like, I have seen transformation, but a large creature turn into a puppy. This is interesting. I want to watch. And it just kind of like examining you with this large eye right in front of your body.
Show me now.
She said she can't because
I need a nap.
She has to sleep. She has to sleep first.
You need to sleep. Well, that's a
Yeah.
bullshit. All right.
Wow.
It's bullshit.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever heard a dragon curse before. Like, that's cool.
Well, I mean, you would have heard what he said. Like, I would have just giggled.
Like he just looks at Helga and he just kind of like does like a kind of like a nose puff, like, and just kind of like turns away.
It's
Like you
Oh
actually
my
get like
God.
some of like the bad breath from his nose. And since he's an emerald dragon, like he actually instead of fire breath, he has poison breath. So you just like get this noxious acid smell from it.
Oh.
Oh, love it. Now my nose is on
Gross.
fire. That's great.
I could
Your
I
nose
could
is
play the
on
dragon a
fire, you just
song.
stink.
So at this point, all of a sudden, all of you just see flaming arrows charge at the dragon.
Oh,
As he just starts
shoot.
roaring out, as you just hear a crowd of like 12 people going out there. Quick, get it before it decides to attack back! As you just start seeing a bunch of them charge in with weapons. Renora, what are you gonna do?
I go, oh no, you need to, can you fly? Can you swap your tail? I'll duck, swip your tail, and swoop them, and then turn around and get up high.
They just keep like shooting arrows and stuff like that. Like one of the Goliaths immediately like charges in and actually like smacks him in the foot, so he starts actually like getting in pain where he
I'm
can't
not gonna
focus
actually
right
do it, but battle cry.
now. Okay, so you're gonna battle cry. Okay.
And so I look at the Goliath, right? It was a Goliath, right?
Yep.
And so I speak a giant at him and say, "How rude!"
The
She
Goliath
says
really,
that.
the Goliath really just gets stunned like, what the hell?
Can
Stops
I
for a second, like what?
dash
What?
into him as she says that? Like,
Sure.
full on force, shove him aside.
Sure. Go ahead
Do
and give
any
me.
of these
Go ahead and give me
do
a
any
strength
of these
check.
do any of these people in the furs look familiar to me since they're from my like
Half of them are your clan.
region-ish?
8?
8. Let's see.
I'm having a rough day. I've been through a lot. I'm tired.
I think I'm tired.
You got-
I can't.
You got an unnatural
Bash
20,
him.
so you do try to like bash at him. You do like push him off a little bit, but like it was mostly because he was stunned. It's like as he's like, "What the hell?" and you like kind of get at him from behind. It's like, what is going on?
Stand
This is
down.
gonna get violent.
And
Are
so-
we within
and so-
range?
Yeah, all of you are in
Okay.
range. Like you got as close now that if you had any melee weapons, you can actually start straight. Like the way that he did, he has some kind of magical implement to his mace. That's like grounding the dragon, like his feet to the ground. Where like it looks like he's trying to flap his wings, but like his feet are kind of like rough terrained into the ground.
Okay.
Really?
So everybody's like striking at his skin. Like he has thick skin, but like he's like roaring out as he's yelling draconic. All of you leave. I do not want to hurt any of you. As he's trying like to flap his wings away, trying to pull his foot out of the actual ground.
Helga's-
I'm just gonna.
Wait,
like,
he shouts
I'm
it in Draconic?
He shouts in draconic. So
Yeah.
whether or not you speak
Okay,
draconic,
so I don't know what he
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to like scurry around to be like and just start yelling in all the languages I know. Stop! You are stupid. You are rude. Go away.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
he's known for being-
she
Whoa,
comes
that's-
within range of me, I'm gonna try to hit her with the blunt end of whatever weapon I'm using just to knock her out. Because that's annoying. I'm in the middle of battling a dragon. I don't need somebody telling me.
All right.
Stop,
Well, she's
Emma.
gonna get in your face. So go ahead and roll to attack against her AC.
Oh,
I just want like
Great,
the blunt end.
great
I'm not
meeting.
gonna actually. So I don't have the captain's great axe.
Oh, okay. So just roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Okay, so a 7. So whether or not you do not hit it enough where it actually, because you're using the blunt end, is not enough to actually knock her out, or if she just had to dodge back, you do get distracted and you are getting annoyed by her, but she is like dodging you, using her size to actually move out of you.
whoosh.
Okay, then I'll be like, stop! I'm in the middle of something. Can you go anywhere else? God. And then go back to like hacking at the dragon.
Like there's a
I
mixture
look
of
at you.
implements attacking the dragon. Some guys are actually just throwing like big rocks at it. The other ones actually have like magical weapons that they're actually using against it.
yeah.
Helga wants to go up to the Goliath person in charge. And again, like, what are you doing?
It's just like, look, it's like, what are you doing here? Get
I
back
asked
to town.
first.
No,
I
we are out
asked-
here. If you want to help. If not, get out of here. We're going for a kill. You should know this is what we do. And he starts like keeps
You
striking
should
at the
know
dragon.
that Katori does not want you hurting this dragon.
What they
I
don't
said
know
they don't care.
won't care. So they keep striking and striking and striking.
Helga's gonna take a swing at him with her axe.
All right, roll to attack.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I'm gonna go to Fiona and go. So I've never met this dragon. Is he our friend? Like, should we be defending him?
Fandom.
Okay.
Evelyn,
22 to
don't
hit.
piss
What-
off the
what
forest.
to hit?
22,
Yeah, it's a hit.
Save the dragon.
and that's 8
Don't
damage.
piss off the forest.
8 damage. Okay.
Yeah, stop
Yeah,
us.
flashing. She's
So-
just gonna get right up in his face, like, she doesn't care that she's probably shorter than him, she doesn't care. Like,
So you're able to do some blows. Over this, people are trying to hit each other and try to smack each other until eventually all of you start seeing these soldiers start coming in. Not specifically average soldiers, but specifically soldiers that are the police of this area. As they all start running in, blaring out different kind of thaumaturgy spells. So it's like, everybody halt! As everybody is stunned in place.
Oh, fuck. I was gonna try to book it.
she's mid-swing.
As everybody stopped, as the dragon is like the only one that's moving.
Does it affect me?
Oh, that's a good point. Give me
Because
a...
I can't be split. I can't have any magical sleep or against any charms.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Do you pretend to be
Yeah, like-
stunned?
I just go kind of like tuck under, because I would think I would have tucked back by the dragon again. So I just tuck by the dragon and be like, are we supposed to act like we're stunned?
He just to me is just like, he kind of like whispers to you in his draconic, just hang on. As he just rips out his foot out of the ground, he grabs you with his teeth and immediately takes off into the air.
Ah!
Shit.
We are gonna take a break. Gonna get everybody a bio break, and we will be right back.
Oh my god.
That's good.
I love how
I didn't have
wild
to use
this
the
is.
spell.
Guys, we had our first, like, party fight.
So stay tuned.
Wow.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. The audio is good, just because we've already had this problem for the stream so far. So,
Andrew fixes
It
mine.
sounds good.
okay, cool. So,
Music sounds good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody except for Mixis gets essentially put under arrest. For all intents and purposes, you are put under a spell that is putting you in position, in stuck position. You can still see, you can't talk. You're kind of locked in a kind of a very hardcore stun. But the dragon grabs Mixis and immediately just flies off his speed, so much so that like some of you just feel like the dust and dirt go against your face and you're unable to block your own eyes as the creature just takes
Is
off with
Henry
Mixis.
okay?
As he's just like, he's trying to speak with his mouth closed, like, I have no time to worry about the horse. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Okay. Okay.
This
So-
is like what was it? The never
We're all
ending story.
frozen.
I just
Yeah.
picture that.
So all of you see, if I never showed them to you yet, what the guards actually look like.
Ooh. Ooh. Fancy.
Ooh.
As you see, mostly elven guards. Most of them are a specific subrace of elves that originate from here, where they naturally have a more of a standard kind of like tan to them as a natural blend. They normally have more of an orangish skin.
Like a mix between a wood elf and something.
I made my own subrace. They're Khalid elves. They just originate from this area. They normally speak ancient Elvish, due to the fact is that they don't usually leave this area. But all the soldiers themselves originate out of the high city of Khalid, but they do, with the exception of Mount Khalid, they do have a governing body over the towns. Since there was a big battle that was unsanctioned, they immediately saw that either people were taken in position of attacking the dragon, that is basically their the island's mascot, essentially, or as simple, just having a fight in the middle of like the area. As since they don't know what's going on, they said to stun everyone right away. Amanda, if you're saying something, oh, there you go. Okay.
How did they and the order work together? Like, is it mutual respect?
Absolute hatred.
Oh,
So
okay.
the idea is that.
Nice. Love it. Cool.
So
Alright.
to give a little bit of background, when the Averant Kingdom came here and took over with like a military stronghold, they took it by force. They allowed the police to still essentially control, but they had to report to their soldiers. You didn't have the rank to actually be one of those people they reported to, but you did have to be like buddy with people that hated you. Now, if you decide to make friends across amongst the way, where you decided to confide in some of them and they found out that you weren't as bad as the rest, that's completely up to you. But yeah, an essential in the grand scheme of things, in the general picture, there's no good blood.
What's the name again
Of what?
of the group?
They're just. I mean, it's the island of Kalade, so they're just called the Kalade soldiers.
Thank you.
They all are pretty much decked in kind of like a simplistic samurai armor. They're kind of like a lightweight instead of more of a heavier armor. Mostly just has like the drapes and the shoulders and the sandals on, and they're carrying simple wabashis, which are like shorter, quick katanas. They don't wear any helmets, but it is very well known that the reason why they don't is this island is supposed to be one of peace, and it's easier for people to understand the authority if they can actually see the people's faces. Also, it's not very common for them to ever really need to use their swords, so to need full armor is quite unnecessary. But they did cast a spell on all of you to hold up until some of them come by. As you hear someone who's coming in, and you hear a female. All right, I don't know what's going on here, but we'll deal with this back over in town. Wrap them up, take them in the carriage. Take this one, as they point over to Henry and the carriage. I don't know what's going on with this, but you hear someone say back, I don't see any markings. All right, well, until we know who the owner is, bring the carriage and the horse with us.
Can we talk?
No.
Or no?
Nope.
We're sleepy.
You
We're
can see
stunned.
everything, but you are stunned. You can't talk. If you have the ability to telepathically speak, that's different.
You're freeze. You're in like free zone. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Froyo!
Freeze tag.
Team Froyo!
Team Froyo.
As everybody who had
Right
weapons, out in the process that you were frozen in, that were in your hands, they have now been confiscated. As
No!
everybody's like holding a weapon in their hand, they just like slide them out of your grip, and they start putting them inside of a carriage.
Do they
Not
take
bad.
my gauntlet as well or no?
No, they don't see any importance of your gauntlet. As they don't like strip you of your armor, they just take away the reason why you were fighting, and they stand in front of everybody's sight to make sure everybody understands what's going to happen here. We have confiscated the weapons that we see on your possession. You will be brought back over to the high city of Kalade to be set up on trial. Until then, you will be brought into the carriage. At that point, once you are in there, the spell will fail, but you'll be trapped inside the actual carriage itself. Please not try to escape. This is for the betterment of society. As they start like dragging some of you very gently, and not like by the hair or anything like that, grab you by like the shackles, and they try to put you in each carriage.
I'm just picturing a whole bunch of them trying to pick up the Goliath. And
Yeah, when they get over to the Goliath, like one of them's just like yanking. Ma'am, what? He's a little heavy and quite large. All right, hang on one second. Can I get a couple people, please? As you get like 4 people that are trying to pull the Goliath, he's just like rolling his eyes while he's just being like, ha ha ha. And he's
this
just.
is so humiliating kind of style.
This would have been the perfect opportunity for Mixus to come pet her ears, but given the circumstances,
I am in the
as
mouth
far
of
as-
a dragon.
As far as placement, because there are a few different carriages due to the fact that there is roughly about 16 of you, I need each of you just to roll me a d20. Not Mixus because you were not there.
Nope, I'm in the mouth of a dragon.
oh, nice.
Mm.
All right, so
think.
I almost wanted to call you a Valerian. Finra,
16.
you got a 16. Renora, oh no, that's your strength.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I wrote it wrong and it said no. I'm like, okay.
All right, Renora, you got
Said no.
7. Helga, what'd you get?
4.
4.
Yep.
And Xander.
7.
Okay. So, Finra, you get pulled over into a cart with the Goliath and a couple of the Tavern Keep. As you're all thrown in, you're thrown in there first, and eventually 4 of them go up and they lift up each spot until they get the
Do they have to like counterbalance the cart? for
kind
the
of,
Goliath?
yeah, like one of them is like hanging on the one side as they like throw them in there, and then they kind of like make sure make sure they center it in there. It's like they're trying to balance the cart, and then they start untying each person, and they close the door as all of you can now move. As he's just like, he immediately like, runs up, he's just like, what the fuck, and he kind of like starts getting out as he immediately slams on it and gets like thrown back as like there's like a force, like an arcane energy that's blocking anybody from trying to break out of the cage.
Am I sitting next to the Goliath?
You can be. There's a couch on either side, so he's currently like in the middle, not on a couch. And he's just he's just kind of in a furious, in kind of like a furious rage until he finally just like, okay, well, looks at all of you. Looks like I'm stuck with you all for now. As he looks
Sweep
at like,
his leg out from under him.
okay,
And jab him in the elbow and the sternum. Sit down.
as he's just like, look, we all have to be here together. I don't know what you were doing here. I don't even know who the hell you are. As he goes back and sits down, as he just pushes one guy aside so he can have more space. Looks like we're gonna have to deal with each other. The rest of you, because of your roles, you're actually putting into a cart together, including Renora.
Cool.
There is a total of 3 carts, so a bunch of people are being put in a bigger cart. But Helga, Xander, Renora, and 2 of Helga's clansmen are all being put into a cart. This cart is a little bit bigger. This one is like kind of like lengthier. It has it still has like 4 big wheels, but it actually is like a limo compared to the regular carriage size.
Oh, Helga's just glaring
So-
daggers at the clansman. like, just the hell do you think you were doing?
What do you think
And
we
while
were doing?
she's
Go ahead.
while she's doing that, I am going to like try to check out the cart, see if there are any weaknesses for me to get out.
All right, you can give me an insight check on the cart to see if you can
Okay.
figure out any small inaccuracies to it. An 8.
8.
Looking around, the cart's crowded with the rest of you as you're trying to like move people around to try to find anything. You're feeling around. It's pretty secure. The cart itself might be fragile, but the energy field within the cart is pretty secure.
Dang it.
Like the
Well-
way it's set up is that like you can't even touch the door because the field gets in your way. The only thing you can touch of the cart is the floor and the seats. You can't even touch the ceiling. The floor itself is almost kind of like sealed with something. It actually seems like it's more metal in texture. As you even try to like use your feet to like kind of like start stomping on it, and it doesn't even leave a dent.
Well, who's native to this island, huh? Any of y'all the natives here?
One of the clansmen just like starts put up his other hand, and like his
Yeah.
brother immediately just like drops it down. It's like, don't raise your damn hand.
Heads! And I'm just gonna go sit by them, like skirt myself in between them, and like put my arm around both their shoulders, like, help a guy out, man. I just got caught up with the wrong crowd. I'm traveling here. What kind of court system are we looking at? Are we looking at guilty till proven innocent, or innocent till proven guilty? What's the situation
I
here?
could tell
What we
you that
doing?
if they make it back to the clan, our leader's gonna kill him anyways. So
Whoa, you're not gonna
Like
you're
them?
not gonna tell
But
her,
as
are
I
you?
point
You're
to
not.
their faces, like
you
that.
won't tell her, will you? Don't.
Oh, I am absolutely going to tell
Well,
her.
you were
know
there
that
too. We could.
That's fine. I was sent there.
Tell them how you
She
really
sent
feel.
me there. You attacked that dragon that you know is important to this island for no reason whatsoever except you were bored. Find some other entertainment. I found my own entertainment, and as I point to Xander, and I'm just fine.
So,
Thank you.
and then I'm
I
gonna
appreciate that.
lean into
I'll take
Helga
that
and be
as
like, so you think if I let them know that I didn't know the importance of the dragon, they'll let me go scot-free, yeah? Yeah?
No.
Okay, so how do I get out of this?
You don't.
Great question.
So
You're no help, and then I'm gonna turn to Xander. You got any ideas, buddy? You're a little quiet over there. You cooking something up?
Oh, always.
Oh,
We're just on one magnificent adventure.
okay, you're no help either. So, my buddy is...
they kind of like look at you awkward. It's like, I don't know what you
Oh,
want
you're
to
a-
do.
You're a flip flopper. I see that. I see the type of person you are.
You mean nothing to me. I owe you no loyalty.
And same to you.
Okay.
We're all in for ride.
I'm
This
glad
is
you
gonna be
know.
a fun campaign.
At this
What's
point,
your name, crazy lady?
Highlight roll, anybody?
at this point, everybody in their carriages immediately hear the female commander. All right, let's move out. As you immediately hear, the horses immediately start moving. As you're actually moving at a decent pace. If anybody of you look out through the cracks of the windows, which there aren't actually windows, they're just like exposed bars in the actual walls. You do see that, however the system works here, people definitely open space up whenever these carriages move through. Nothing is obstructing their path, as everything moves through at a decent pace. None of you have been, even if you are native to the area, none of you technically have been to the high city before. It is very restrictive to either people of privilege, people of money, either one of those can be nobility, or you work there. Most likely, if you work there, you're of government. The only other jobs that would be there is the nightlife. Clubs, very expensive taverns, stuff like that. But those places would be high functioning, so if you work there, you would get paid a decent penny.
So is the high city here, or is it this one?
It's all. Everything,
Oh, okay.
everything from this point to here, to here, even to this island is all part of the high city.
Okay. So it's just this tiny little village that is
So
actually
the-
the southern village, right?
Southern Village is this and this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Most of it.
So
Okay.
by the time you get to like this spot, the carts stop. What do you got? Got a few incidents with the dragon. What do you mean? Well, they were trying to fight the dragon.
No.
Oh, that is not going to turn out well for them. All right, raise the gates. As you just start hearing like these large, like metallic objects are sliding against the ground. All right, send them through. As you're starting to move through, you start passing like through these large keeps that are actually right there, and then you eventually see like these guards on these posts that have what looks like mounted crossbows that are locked into place. As you start noticing that you are going into a walled-in fortress.
Could we have counted the carriage ride as a short rest?
Yeah, sure.
Hooray!
Yay!
Yay, short rest!
Yay,
Something.
puppy!
And by technicality,
Puppy.
Mixus, you can be taking a short rest too because you're being carried and you're not doing any extra strength.
Yay!
For Mixus, eventually you land on top of the Wandering Greens where the dragon keeps his nest.
Would I have? No, I wouldn't, because it's too high. So I wouldn't have known what was going on with all these people over here, right?
No, you've passed over it before, but he's never landed there before. He drops you down very gently. He wraps around you. You okay? He's like looking at you. He's kind of like poking at you with his beaked head.
Yeah.
You sure? Are you damaged?
No, I'm just my friend. She was she's back there. and I don't know if they took her away or not.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't remember which one was your friend, and I can only grab one of you at a time.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not your fault. You were trying to save, and I don't know why they were fighting you. I thought you were supposed to be someone that they didn't touch here.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that around here, there's a lot of animal killers, and dragon is, unfortunately, very, very expensive profit.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. My foot's a little worse for wear, but other than that, I'll heal.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I mean, we killed the witch.
I mean,
But
yeah.
I lost my friends and Henry. I lost Henry.
Well, I mean,
That was
from
the
what I
worst.
know of the island, they're not going to actually kill your horse. I mean, like, they'll probably just impound them until they figure out who the actual legally owner is.
Oh, but I think we killed the owner, technically,
Well,
because the witch owned him.
I mean, the only thing you can do is just...
She wasn't treating him nicely. She had him always hooked up to the carriage at all times.
I mean,
It wasn't
if
okay.
you go there, you can maybe plead for, animal cruelty, maybe take over a legal right to, Henry.
Oh, okay. Do you know if I would be able to help my friend?
I mean, it depends on what they put on your friend, but I mean, if you go there and maybe speak on her behalf, I mean, I can take you there if you want me to. It's been a while since I've landed in the high city,
Really?
but they'll let me land.
Really? So I can. Do you think because if you take me, they would realize that I was like, can I don't know if I can do this, but can I speak for you and say which ones were actually helping you and which ones weren't?
Well, it's not really. I mean, so I have to I mean, yes, but I need to keep a sense of. I like to keep a sense of mystery around here. If I start telling them that I have someone speaking for me, it kind of loses that effect.
That makes sense.
But I can definitely take you there, and if they see that I'm dropping you off safe and sound, it might send some weight. But I can't really have you speak for me or me speak for you. But I mean,
that makes sense.
I mean, if you really need me to, I can. It's just the only problem is that I've lasted on this island so long is because they protect me. And they protect me because they find me as kind of like a god. If I start saying that I just start communicating to random fae, they're gonna find that less weightful, I guess.
I get it. But I'm not from this realm, so if they don't know, I could be a god too. Oh, can I even impersonate a god?
I mean,
whoa!
I mean,
no.
you are unique, but you do look very similar to a lot of other races that are here, so it'd be very hard for you to kind of get away with that.
Oh.
Not ultimate.
Okay.
No.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I thought that would be funny because playing jokes on humans is fun.
I mean,
but
your best bet is to be honest with them. I mean, if your friends legitimately weren't trying to do anything, just speak on their behalf, and you can figure out from there. But I mean, this world is a little weird when it comes to this stuff. I obviously I haven't done with anything legal. They can't really, do anything with that. But as far as me being a dragon on a mountain, I mean, I watch a lot of things, and it seems like people gotta get captured for weird reasons, but sometimes they get released, sometimes they don't, and it seems like sometimes the system doesn't really work. I mean, I've seen one person attack someone, take their stuff, get away, and I found out that they were left scot-free the next day. So, just be warned, it's not a perfect system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I was traveling earlier. That became the boring part. They were talking to boring people, and I stopped. I tuned them out, so I didn't know what was going on. So, yeah, I think that would be good. If you can take me there, I mean, I'm sorry. I know you probably. I'm sorry. I got you in trouble. I called for you, and I was able. We were actually able to stop it. And then, then the people tried to attack you, and you were flying around and having fun, and you're probably taking care of your babies. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, he kind of like takes like his usual way that he kind of pets you, which he takes like the leather drape of his wing. He just kind of, drapes it on top of you for a second. It's like, it is not your fault. Just, I know that you would never intentionally hurt me or any other animal in this world.
No.
You're not the reason why they attacked me. I mean, I could have been down here for someone else. It wouldn't have been their fault.
But it was rude, especially that big dude.
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk.
I got him to stop for a second. I don't think he expected something so small to be able to speak his language.
I mean, you are quite small speaking the language of someone quite tall, so it is kind of an oddity, but yeah.
I used to have a friend that was a giant when I was growing up, but they were a lot taller than that one. That one, yeah. But that one's like a baby size.
Yeah, I mean a lot of races mix around here, so some of the traits of them kind of change. But he kind of looks at you and he looks back and sees. It's like, well, unless you need something to do, I can take you back there now if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Is your foot okay? Do we need to wait for your foot to feel better?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, like you look at his foot and it's kind of like blistered and kind of like a little damaged. It's like if your friends can wait, I could just use like 10 minutes just to at least at least kind of get my bearings a little bit.
I wouldn't think 10 minutes would change anything.
Okay. We'll go back to the group then.
Woo.
So
little do they know, 10 minutes is a long time.
So you get pulled in, and eventually you start seeing that you're getting pulled into this large storage garage. You see all the carts go in, and then you see Henry with the carriage get moved over to the back as Henry kind of gets put in a stable, not like locked into a spot, but gets put in a stable with the carriage get put right next to it. As each a different guard than the group, these guards are a little bit more heavily armored, opens up each door to each carriage, looks at you, kind of just presses on this invisible wall as you just see that the force field goes down. All right, come on, all of you out.
Exit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the last one.
Okay. And there's one over by yours too, Fiona. Like, there's one at each card at the same time. So, people are starting to come out.
Note, I antagonized the Goliath the entire time.
Thank you.
Put my feet up. I kind of kicked him. I threw stuff at him.
Wow.
Okay.
I love
Alright,
it.
just for cinematic appeal, just roll me a regular strength check. Just roll me a regular strength check. I just want to see how this will turn out.
Oh, please be good. Please be good for once. 13.
Okay, let's just. Okay, let me check something.
Kick his ass.
Okay, so, like when you're watching like a cartoon, and like a bunch of people go in a car, and you don't see what's happening, but you just start seeing like them get like beat the crap up, and then all of a sudden the door opens and you just see them all bloody and bruised. That's essentially what's happening. Like all of a sudden, just like it fade to black, and then he comes out, and then they pull him. It's like, what the hell happened to you? I don't want to talk about it. As he's like all like bruised and like black eyed and stuff like that.
Helga clocks her and then clocks him and is like, all right. I see you.
And I just follow out.
And then I stop and I'm just like, that's a nice ass.
Wow.
To be
said that out loud.
clear, they only took the weapon that we were holding, right?
At the current time, yes.
Okay.
Yep. So they start walking in a single file line into this large corridor where there's cells on each side as they individually put each person to a cell. Do any of you fight them?
No.
Yeah, but while I do it, I'll be like, I am just a bystander. I wasn't even a part of this. I don't know. I was just traveling through with my cart and horse, and this dragon landed, and people started attacking it, and I was caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
You guys need to let me go.
So they push you just in further in, and they just close the cell behind you. You'll have plenty of time to speak when you have your turn, and then they just turn around and they walk. At this point, all of a sudden, all of you just look back at your outfits, and they just get modified. Your outfits turn into a similar outfit to everybody else's, which are all these large cloth gowns, and your weapons just disappear.
What the hell is this?
Dang, that was worth a shot, right?
These look gross.
It was totally
Thought it might
worth
work, but who knows? Whatever.
It was totally worth the shot. It was
Am I
totally
in the
worth
same
it.
cell as the Goliath?
You all are in separate cells. Each person has their own cell.
individual?
They're all like
Okay.
really narrow cells. Like you got enough spot for like one stone like spot to lay down, and then there's just like a small spot where you can maybe like crouch in the corner, and that's really it. They're really small. They're like
So
a small
pencil
bathroom
room.
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed
I
then.
just-
I'm
I
taking
know
a
the
nap.
drill. I'm just laying down.
You
and
just woke
relaxing.
up. What do you mean you're going to bed?
What am I gonna do?
really
Not go to
relaxing.
sleep? What? It's not like I can do anything else.
Right.
You hear. You sure? There's one of them in there. Which one? All right, this is gonna get complicated. As you see one person going out there, who's the commander, as she's walking out there with another person, they step in front of Finra's gate. Let her out.
Wow.
I get up and walk out.
All right.
Okay. When I
Look
hear
at
let her
that.
out, I'm gonna like jump up to my like
Bars.
yeah, my bars, and be like, "You let people out? You want to let me out? I would like to go too,
You.
please."
You seem desperate.
They look right at Finra. She just stares at you right in the eyes. Binder, as they just wrap you with some kind of like this really really thick but flexible kind of metal that they put around your arms. And she tells you
No,
to.
would have been fine.
They just ignore you, and then they start walking with you down to another corridor, which leads you into this large room that has a few tables in there.
We'll be fine. This is not my first rodeo.
Like an
It's okay.
interrogation?
Really
And kind of, yeah. They put you down in the room, close the door, where the commander is on your left. She gently puts down her sword. She puts it aside. She takes off some of her armor. So, what are you still doing here? And what are you doing getting into fights? All of you should have left at this point.
I'd like to leave once the rest of my crew leaves. And I was not the one that started that fight. If you were there earlier, you just seen we were protecting the dragon.
We don't know what happened. We just saw the incident with the dragon. You should all know the importance of that creature here. Any action against it is penalized by law. So, we're going to do something here, and we're going to try to keep it as above board as possible. And she sits down, and she's like, all right. So, she kind of like stretches out a little bit as if she's ready to, like, you know, have like a long day. Explain what happened. Why were you there, and you know, what was your purpose there if it wasn't to harm the dragon?
We came from the forest. My friend and I had found the witch, the one that was stealing children that your post was on. Killed her. Came out, found a few others along the way. Had the horse, had the carriage. By the time we got out, it was exhausted and stopped. My friend is more in touch than nature than most of us are. She had called out to him and he came down to her. That's when all of those random people came up to attack it, so we held back, tried to stop them. When that didn't work, force was involved.
As you see her, just kind of like, as you're talking, she's just like doing this with her hand. It's all of a sudden her aura turns green. Okay. So then, where is your friend? Has she left? Did she go with the dragon? Where is she?
I'm with the dragon. You guys showed up, assumed wrong, took us away.
She just kind of like stretches back. She's like, oh god, this is gonna be a rough day. All right. So, who are your compatriots then?
Do I see them?
You're not in the. You don't see them from where you are. There's no windows.
Okay. It's the one barbarian girl.
The one with the fuzzy ears.
She had ears. I don't know. My little friend wanted to pet her really bad, so I'm assuming she's the only one with fuzzy ears in there. Who knows? And
She would be the only one with more of a animalistic style ear instead of like an elvish ear kind of style.
That's a polite way to say it.
Yep.
and the bard,
The blue one.
blue one. Thank you to my conscience speaking.
I got you.
Through the memories.
Right?
Nazis.
It's like it's. I'm remembering so well.
It's great.
She looks at you. Anyone else?
And a half orc.
No,
No.
those are the only ones I came with. Besides, I kind of like the horse and carriage back. Spoils of killing
Do you have?
witch.
Oh, so it's not yours.
It is now.
Well, the island of Calais does not see property due to death. So until we see a currency exchange or a reason to prove that you would have this carriage over the witch, it's still the horse and carriage will still stay in our custody.
Ridding the forest of the witch who was taking all those children, isn't really enough.
I mean, do you have proof?
And I am more than happy to walk you into that forest and show you myself.
Okay. She looks at you. Might take you up on that. All right, very well. She stands up, knocks on a door as the gentleman comes back. Let's go back over to the cells. She points at one cell with Xander, one with Helga. Let him out.
Hey,
We owe you no loyalty, if I remember correctly.
shit. You got me there. I like you.
You hated me a minute and a half ago.
No, I never said that.
She seems fun. I like fun.
You want to break someone out of
Yeah?
jail?
Listen
By
to
all
the blue
means.
guy. Listen to the blue guy. I just shout over Helga.
You two are lucky you even got out. Just
Yeah.
by association. Don't push it.
Oh, wait, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll write a song about you. That'll be great.
The
All
commander-
this adventure, I'll write it down in a song.
The commander looks at all of you.
Birds.
As much as it would make my life easier for you to go right now, I can at least release you, but you must stay within the confines of this building until we further examine everyone's role to play in here. But you are free to move around within the building itself.
Hey, yo,
Right.
can I get my axe back?
Absolutely not.
Can I get my axe back when I leave?
When you are free from the building itself, you can have your weapons back.
Cool.
Is there food?
There is food if you would like to get yourself some nourishment of some kind. There is a commissary down the floor beneath us.
Let's go get food.
If Helga,
This is scary.
On record. They helped me with the witch. They're by no means friends. Just throwing that out there.
Wow, you're so friendly. Appreciative.
But on record, We've been looking for the witch for the past 2 years. From what you said, it seems like you did this in a day. So even if it was accident, even if it was tripping and falling, either way you did more than what all of us did in 2 years of time. I wouldn't take that too lightly. But either way, take some time, relax, stay within the buildings, within the building, and we will send someone down to you when we are ready to procure you for anything else. She passes you a key. There is a set of guest rooms near the dormitories. You want to get some rest, you're more than welcome to do so. You will have a busy couple days, so I'd recommend get some food, get some sleep, and get your energy back.
I appreciate it.
Well, just don't make me regret it.
Helga, if she can, she'd like to walk over to the Goliath cell. Like, aside from the fact that he's already still, like, beat to shit from everything, and she's just gonna spit at his feet and just say, Katori will know of what you did.
He immediately just, like, runs to, like, the cage, is like, don't you dare tell her.
Or what?
Please don't.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I stand behind her.
Yeah. Wow.
You.
We may be of the same clan, but our purposes are different. I'd recommend you remember that next time. You know that she and Xander can approve of the mistrusting of men. I wouldn't get on her bad side.
This is true.
So, as you all head your way down, as you're escorted out of the Aslo cell, since you don't... What the hell?
Who is screaming?
Oh, that's my ringtone. Don't mind it.
I love
it's,
that so
it's from Adventure Time, the lemon-headed guy yelling unacceptable. That's my ringtone, so don't call me, otherwise that's what happens.
That's the scenario.
I thought for sure you were actually being like, unacceptable! Ah!
Well, that's what you hear from the basement, me still being down there.
So,
Well, that's the clip of the episode.
That's a great vibe.
you all head your way downstairs as you... It's nothing exciting as far as food. There's, like, cafeteria-style porridge. There is not fresh bread of any kind. It's not terrible, but it's, it's a little dry. There is, like, a large steam pot of what looks like a kind of hot-boiled water, and then it has, like, these little bowls next to them. It looks like you can make yourself, like, a steamed tea, kind of like that, with different kind of things you can put in your bowls to make like a broth. As you can see other soldiers there, like sitting down and getting food. You see some other guests there. Some of them look like maybe like attorneys, as far as them having to stay here while they're waiting to stand on the behalf of either a defendant or a prosecutor. You do get some food in your system. You do find out that you got some rooms. Do you guys go and just get some rest right away?
I was gonna say enjoy freedom for the time being.
Yeah.
She
Sleep
does.
is
Yeah,
good.
Helga wants to go walk where she's permitted.
Okay, yeah, you're really only allowed to really just go to the guest area, which is just the cafeteria, the guest bedrooms, and then basically there are joined bathrooms.
Irna's taking a long rest.
It's kind of like a small college, kind of like that, where like everything is shared and everything is exposed.
Mm-hmm.
You do find one room that the key is open to that's supposed to be shared amongst you. It does have like 4 small beds. Like between Firna and Helga, you will be kind of like feeling a little large for the beds.
Oh, Helga wants the floor. She's
Okay.
used to sleeping on the floor.
But you do have a place to
What's
sleep.
a bed?
You do have
Helga
a place to
doesn't know what a
sleep.
bed is.
If you want to go to sleep, you are more than welcome to do so. You can take a long rest, and you can take your 8 hours allotted.
Yay.
At this point, Mixis, you have the dragon pick you up and start flying towards the high city of Khalid.
Do I get to ride on his back?
Yes, you do get the ride on the back.
Yay! A tiny little speck on the back of a giant rat.
He's just like, so we have a couple choices here.
Okay?
I can take you to the temple at the top of the tower,
Oh.
or I can take you over to the government building.
I don't know where they would have taken them.
I mean, they probably took him to the government building, but if you went to the temple, you could maybe speak to the high priestess on their behalf, but it's up to you.
Oh. Do you know if the high priestess is nice?
I mean, I haven't spoken to her directly, but she's one of the people that is... She's got a good following of what I assume are nice people.
Oh, well, I guess that would probably be better than the scary, soldier people.
I mean,
Right?
you might feel a little more welcome other than just being surrounded by a bunch of soldiers, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so as she starts spinning around, you are going around this tower.
Right?
Yep. So it's flying around and just finds like a small perch to land on as he kind of like stretches his neck out to make it a bridge to like the front door. As you see, a couple females walk out. As it looks like it's not the first time that he's landed here. They are wearing long white garbs, hoods that are separate from the garbs themselves, so they kind of have like the collar that rests on the actual cloak itself. They're wearing like large gold ringed beads around their neck.
Shiny.
It seems like whatever skin they're showing is fully tattooed, but their tattoos are like enchanted, as you see like their hands kind of come out of their cloth, and you actually see like pictures actually glow above their hands. You even see like their eyes glow with behind the actual hoods themselves. As one of them comes behind the two, pulls back her hood, as you see this enchantress, long blonde hair, fair skin, high elvish, pretty tall, probably like 6.5 feet tall, barefooted, walks down, speaking in Draconic to the dragon. What is the blessing that you bring to us today, our dear friend? As he responds, I have a favor to ask of you. If you could give assistance to my little friend here, she is in need of some help with a missing of her friends, and I thought it would be a payment returned if you could take care of her and her needs. And we call ourselves Square. She just kind of crouches down as much as possible and looks at you. You're a fascinating little thing, aren't you? As she speaks in common to you.
I speak back in Elvish. Hi, you're really pretty.
She speaks back in ancient Elvish to you.
Oh, you! And I just start a little hopping.
Oh boy.
She looks back at you. There's been some time since I have seen Eladrin, but
You know what I am?
well, I have been to many places before. But let's get you inside. It's not very common for us to have him here, but I will honor your request. I will take care of her, and our deal is taken care of. He immediately looks back at you, speaks to Draconic. Hopefully you're all good. If you need me, I will be gone for a little while, so hopefully you can take care of it from here.
Okay, thank you, bye. Say hi to your babies for me.
Oh, it certainly will, as he immediately just flaps his wings, so he starts slowly taking off gently so he doesn't damage anything, and just immediately starts flying due south. She looks at you. She puts out her hand.
Oh,
Come.
okay. I just hold it. I like swing my hand.
Compared to the others, she looks like she's the only one with the privilege, as far as you can see right now, to actually take off her hood. Her compared to the others, where their outfits are draped over them, hers, she has some different pieces on them that actually accentuates her figure with them. So she kind of has like a small like a waistline corset on over her cloth, and she's actually has like some leg wraps, and her cloth is a little bit shortened compared to the rest that are kind of down to their ankle.
Okay.
She as they open up these large doors, as you go in, you assume this place is actually like several stories, but as you go in, it's just a really, really tall atrium. And what it is it's a large bell tower. In the middle of inside, you see 4 statues that are actually embedded like on balconies within the actual building itself. You would not know these people since you're not familiar with many history of this realm. But you see one designed with someone with long hair, female with a sword standing at a knight's pose.
Oh.
You see another one with a trident holding at a knight's pose. You see another one with specifically what looks like kind of like a broadsword of sorts. Looks kind of like a noble. He kind of has it as like over his shoulder. And you got another person that specifically looks like a halfling and like a mage.
That's cool.
She welcomes you in. Welcome to the Tower of Khalid. This is where all of us matrons come in and pray to. Well, we allow any deity to be prayed here, and this is where, let's say, clerical magic is at its highest.
Oh, who are they? And I point at the statues. And I say this all in like Elvish.
Due to possible spoilers for other campaigns, I will not tell you.
Oh.
Ooh. Boogity boogity boo.
Boogity boogity boo. Okay.
I'll always tell you 2 of them. One is Seraphina, the other one is Hilaire Valerian.
Oh.
Ooh.
Those are cool statues.
You at least notice the way she's telling you is that these 4 people on here have at least had a large part of a realm protector.
Ah, okay.
She presses on you that these people are not the only people that I have, but we can only have so many statues in here. Kind of like that.
I can understand that. It would kind of clutter up the place if you had a lot of statues.
She takes you into the center where there's like a small, what looks like a water fountain, but it's actually consistently swirling over like this arcane light back and forth, and it's constantly moving in a unable to decipher kind of pattern. Like occasionally it goes into like a figure 8, then it swirls around, then it dips in, and it looks like this little entity that just keeps moving, but it is just it's just a pattern that you can never figure out as you're watching it. And as you look at it, you kind of stare at it, you almost can kind of, whether this is its actual effect or not, you almost can peer back into your realm while you're looking at it for a second. But it only happens for a split second.
Oh, that was cool.
She's like,
what is that?
Oh, that is just one of our keepers. It holds knowledge of all the 9 realms, and it has the ability to show people things that they have either missed, lost, or what they are far from.
Yeah, I'm far from. I'm far from home.
I assume we don't usually get too many Elandrians around here, and well, come. Let me take you to my room. As she walks you over to this, that you see further, like you go down these steps, as you notice you start going down into like the actual mountain itself. You head to the top floor of the mountain, and you see these large. When I say large, I say like 9-foot tall doors as she opens them up and leads you into this large, very, very, very zen kind of room. There is candles and incense lit. There's a large, like, couch that kind of has like fur blankets on it, and she walks in. There's like a table with some chairs. Says, "Please have a sit." As have a seat. And she goes over and she starts boiling some water, and she kind of
How
mixes-
big is the table? Can I actually get in the chair, or do I have to climb up?
No, I mean, like, there's the chair itself. You probably have to climb up. Yeah.
Okay. I just climb up the chair.
She brings over
I'm
like
just
this little.
picturing, like this little kicking action, trying to get up the chair.
She brings over like this little, like, very, very extravagant tea set as she places like this tea tray onto a table. She puts over like some sugar on top and a little bit of like leaves and a mint and stuff like that. She puts over tea, and then she places the cup in front of you with a little dish of different kind of things to add to it. And then she pours a little bit of hot water into your cup, and then a little tiny spoon to put next to it. And she
Can
goes
I
to
have this? The
What?
spoon.
the spoon. I mean, if you want it, you yeah. I mean, that's fine.
Thank you. I put it in my little pocket.
So she just looks at you. She just crosses her legs. She just takes a sip of her drink. So
I tried to like ungracefully try to mimic her by like trying to cross, and then I
Okay.
just give up and then just take a sip of my drink.
So what can I do for a creature of the Feywild?
So, well, where do I start? So, I've been on this island for a while, and for like a couple of years, right? And I have made my home in the Wandering Greens. I'm friends with the dragon, and so I was playing around a little bit, and there's been these kids that have been missing, and so then all of a sudden this other person who used to be a soldier, one of those soldier people that was like the bad soldier people, I don't know what they like, but she's not bad, she's nice, you know. Well, she did kill someone, but that's okay. And then she wanted to save the children too, so I showed her how to get to the areas that I've seen them in the Wandering Greens, because you know the Wandering Greens always change. And I was going, and we found the fireflies, and then we found the actual, like, the spirit of the Wandering Greens, and she told us about there was this horrible witch lady who was in there. She was corrupting the forest and making it so it was hard for her to move. So, and she was the one stealing the actual kids, and so she told us we needed to find her, and so then we were on the way to find her, and then we found another fey creature, and they were getting hurt, so we had to fix that fey creature and help that fey creature. Then the creature helped us and gave us some stuff. I saw the babies, and then we found the actual, like, well, then my friend got attacked by, what's wrong, hun? Oh. Time out. His headphones aren't working. I killed his headphones.
Yep. Even his headphones were like,
Killed him with
whoa, this
kindness.
is a
They're just
lot.
like, whoa.
It was just the summary. Just basic
I was
summary.
like, we could have just like,
Do good.
like, first sentence,
Breathe,
last
breathe,
sentence.
breathe.
Yeah.
It's exhausting being hyper, isn't it?
God.
Okay.
Are
Sorry,
you better now?
my headset just randomly got unplugged.
Okay, well,
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna
She
redo
did the
that.
same-
No, I
She did
heard
the-
you. I heard you. Yeah,
recap.
yeah, I heard you.
Yes.
And so then, like the twisted creatures that she created, I think they were the children originally. Well, made my friend unconscious and brought her all the way to the witch's cabin. And I met a horse in a carriage. He was hooked up to a carriage, and he was never taken off the carriage, and he was really hurt. And so I told him I would help him. And then I snuck into the house and I found my friend, and then these other people came in and they clunked all the way down the stairs, and like they.
That's all we remember.
She just like looks at you with like amazement. She's like, "All right, calm down, calm down, calm down."
I'm not done yet.
Well,
I'm not done yet.
okay.
And then so then I got my friend out and we got those people out and then we took the horse and the horse helped us train and then we got chased by the actual some gargoyles and the witch. We killed the gargoyles and we killed the witch and then we got out and so then we were sitting there and he collapsed because he was so tired. So I ran to the little village and got some food for the actual horse and then the dragon said Polo and I said Marco and I came and sat down and was talking to us and he was talking to this friend because kind of a friend she turns into a puppy and so he wanted to see her turn into a puppy but she couldn't because she has to sleep first I guess and so then we were sitting there and these people started attacking him and I tried to stop them. I tried to say in multiple different languages to stop it. There was a really tall guy, he was me, and there was this little half orc that was like trying to bash me, and I don't know what happened there, but like I swooped out of the way, and then all of a sudden all these soldiers from the Hind Kingdom came, or High City came, and they freezed everyone except for me and the dragon. The dragon picked me up and took me back to his house, and then he dropped me off here.
And here we are.
Well, that is a fascinating tale.
All.
That is definitely a delightful tale. She just like takes a little sip.
But I forgot. No.
Oh, this other thing happened too. It was crazy.
So I'm assuming you want me to help your friends?
Yeah, because I think they're imprisoned and they weren't really hurting the dragon. They were trying to help the dragon. Like they were trying to stop the other people from hurting the dragon. And the dragon is my friend.
Well, I have no reason to not believe you with this. You do have a sense of innocence about you, and I would have no reason for you to think that you were lying. Not only to take care of you, but to help you out with this favor is something that I repaying the dragon with. So I will help you with this.
Okay. Thank you.
But
I take a sip of my drink. After that.
Please tell me that's decaf tea.
Right?
she's like, but us matrons don't come down from the mountain much. And if we do, it's usually for something not minuscule at all.
I don't think this is minuscule. They were trying to protect the dragon.
I understand.
And the other people were trying to hurt him.
I understand. But if I go down there, I'm going to have to stay down there for a little bit, because then I'll have to catch up on, let's say, a lot of backlogged work.
Boring? You mean
Yeah.
boring stuff?
So,
Can you send one of your friends? Do you have friends? You have lots of friends, so you must have
I
lots of friends.
do, but I'm the only one that would actually have weight behind the words that would be said.
Oh, okay.
So,
Do you have some kind of parchment or something that I could bring them? I don't know.
unfortunately, we don't operate that way around here. So,
Oh,
I will go down there with you. I'll
Okay.
speak on your behalf to release your friends.
Okay. Thank you.
But in response, your friends are going to have to do a favor for me.
Oh, what kind of a favor?
Nothing big. I mean, we're not allowed to I'm not allowed to send any of my disciples out of the tower much. So it's favors here. Having people run errands for us is pretty much limited to anybody that is less adequate than what you describe your friends to be. It's mostly doing a little bit of this and that around the island. Nothing too crazy unless you eventually decide to do more favors for us. Mostly run around and retrieve a couple items that someone has stolen from our temple. If they can retrieve those back from us, we'll call us all squared. But if you decide that maybe you want to pick up some more jobs from us, we can definitely throw some incentives into this equation.
Is jobs in this realm like adventures?
They,
Or fun?
they can be fun, and they definitely can be an adventure.
Oh, okay.
I like to believe that anything can be fun if you decide to put your imagination to it, and you definitely will make it fun. Go in there with a positive attitude, and you can have yourself a fun time.
Well, I mean, so far I've been having fun on this island. This island's much better than some of the other
With the
islands.
exception
other
of the
islands-
attacking of the dragon, obviously.
Yeah, that was not good. And the attacking of another fake creature. That poor fake creature was trying to just have their babies. Yeah, there's multiple fake creatures that have come through the realm around here. They all live in the Wandering Greens. Well, they stay there for a little bit, and then we all phase home.
She just looks at you, kind of like a grandma that pinches like the grandchild on the cheek. You are adorable. Well,
That hurt.
there's no reason to rush this. Nothing can really happen
Okay.
for another 48 hours anyway, so you're welcome to stay here.
Oh, really?
We will, as she just waves up her hands as one of her maidens walks up, kind of head down, hands crossed in front of her. Doesn't speak. Sister, take our little friend and give her a room. She'll be staying with us for the next couple days. Go ahead, you can follow her, you can wash yourself up, get yourself a nice rest. We'll make sure some food is sent to your room. All I ask is because you are not one of the patrons here, I would ask that you do not wander.
Oh, okay.
Just stay within your room. We'll make sure that someone is waiting outside by the time you wake up in the morning to make sure they can assist with whatever you need. But there's no reason for us to leave for another 48 hours.
Sorry to ask this, but can I sleep outside?
Why would you want to sleep outside?
Well, when was the last time you were in the Feywilds?
Probably about a couple years past.
Okay, well, if you were visiting some of the other priestesses and stuff, you probably stayed in some of the cities. But yeah,
I mean, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. If you want to sit outside, you can sit outside. That's perfectly fine.
I don't think I've ever slept in a what do you call it? Room?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can at least accommodate you outside. Maybe give you furnishings if that would make it more comfortable for you.
Are the trees here like the Wandering Greens, or are they don't speak?
I believe that any creature can speak if you give it proper incentive.
I like you. You're cool.
She looks down. I like you too. As
Yay.
she looks at her.
Is there a window in the room?
I mean, we can definitely get you. One of the rooms has a window.
Okay, because maybe that will help. Because I don't like being closed too much. You
Okay.
know, I'm a forest person, so yeah.
She looks at She looks at her maiden. Take her to the rooms on the north side. Make sure she gets plenty of sunlight.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for the spoon. And this tea's really good. This is the second best tea I've ever had. Mhm.
Well, I'll definitely have to try the first best tea you've ever had because I personally love that.
Dragon tea.
Ooh,
Dragon tea.
that sounds
Dragon tea.
sounds delicious, and
Mhm.
hopefully no dragons were sacrificed in that tea. But
Oh, no. It's one that they make. They give it to you. It's really good.
I'll
It's
have
really
to
good.
I'll have to speak with him next time to see why he hasn't parted his secrets over to me.
Or if you ever come visit in my house, I can make you a cup.
I will take you up on that offer when I am available. But until
Okay,
then,
sounds
she
good.
stands up. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
She bows as the maiden kind of comes between you two, and she starts like gently nudging you to out the door.
Okay. Do you speak? What's your name?
She looks at you. She just shakes her head.
Oh. You're very quiet. Okay.
She just keeps walking.
I forgot to ask the lady her name. Oh well, I guess I'll ask her tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, so you start walking your way towards. You like walk on the exterior walls until you head over to a dormitory on the north side, going down a couple of floors. As you do find a large room, roughly the size of like a master bedroom, where the far north wall is a complete exposed wall that has not really a glass window, but more or less has kind of like a large barred wall, so you're still technically kind of outside.
Oh. Is this my room?
She just shakes her head, yes.
Is there a giant bed?
There is a queen size bed.
I go and like tip in and just touch it.
It does have like fur blankets on it, just due to the fact it gets cold out here, so like heavier blankets, comforters, and stuff like that.
Is it squishy?
It's not as squishy as you'd like it to be. It's more of a firm kind of material.
I push on it some more and be like, did the lady leave?
She's just standing there. She's just kind of watching you until you kind of allow her to depart.
Yeah, this is fine, thank you.
She just bows and then she walks out as she just pulls the door closed behind her.
As soon as she leaves, I like beeline to the bed and start jumping on it.
Okay. So you start jumping on the bed.
Oh no.
On that note, due to everybody taking a long rest, we're going to end the session for the night.
Oh. Woo, we got a long rest, everybody.
Yay!
Did it.
And we actually met everybody. We've technically
So
met.
I wanted to wait until we officially...
Clarification question, real quick.
Yeah.
When we were in the cells, all of our personal belongings went away, right? Not just weapons.
No, well, so your armor disappeared. Your clothes got converted into basically a prison cell clothes, but it's still but it's still the same clothes. It just got converted to a different look. But anything that'd be armor would have disappeared. For example,
But the rest of our belongings we still have, or no?
No.
Okay, that's what I was.
Darn it. She was gonna be something sneaky with her little bag holding.
Now, Helga, Xander, and Firna, you got everything back minus your weapons. So Xander, you got your loot back, but they don't know that it actually can do damage.
Oh, look at you!
As long as I got my furs back, because that jumpsuit was awful.
Origin totally clashes.
Thank you everybody for watching the stream. We are going to end it for the night, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Good night, Internet.